And good morning and welcome to the King's Report this morning, Tuesday, May 30th, 2017. 8th year of Chungi, 5th month and 5th day by the heavenly calendar. I'm your host, Hyungji Sean Moon, second king of Cheongguk. Let's go first to Tim, the Asian Elder, with our AccuWeather forecast. Tim.
Good morning. It's cloudy and foggy and just a little bit of a drizzle here at Cheongguk. And it's about 52 degrees right now. And we'll be going up to 62, so not much different than yesterday for today. But tomorrow it's going to get warmer. It's going to get into the 70s tomorrow. And, you know, May has been a pretty wet month around here. We've had more rain than usual. And it looks like that pattern is going to continue at least the first 10 days of June and perhaps even the second 10 days according to the AccuWeather.com. So it looks like we're getting more rain than usual this spring and early summer.
Well, you know, it's been quite wonderful. It's been, nice and cool. The rain has been able to let the heat dissipate.
Yes.
And yesterday, of course, as you knew, you came with us. We went with the Japanese group and Korean group to pick up the wonderful koi.
Yes. From a gentleman in Scranton.
Amazing. Gentleman in Scranton named Jim. And you know what? We found out his wife had just passed. And he was preparing his house for basically his kids and wanted to get rid of his koi, which he raised for 20 years. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. He said he paid $250 for them in 1970. What is it, 7? And it was 1970s. He paid $250, which would make that, what would that make that about with the conversion rates? About $400, $500? He said
it was $500. They were $500 a piece. Yes.
He said they're $500 a piece. They are beautiful fish. Wow.
But he sold them to us for much less.
One of them, because I was already looking at koi, and even a 12-inch koi. Okay, I was looking at a 12-inch Tancho Sanke. That was $1,200. I was looking at a Kiyutsuri, which is a tiger online, and that was $700 at 12 inches. Now, these ones that we got are like 20 inches. They're 11 years old, but they're like 20 inches. And he gave us one koi per koi for $35.
Wow.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. One of them was worth $600. $600.
Yes.
We could have easily paid, and how many did we get? We got 12, right?
We got 12.
So the Japanese church actually donated 10 of them to the Cheongguk Palace. And the Korean church wanted to donate more, but I said, stop, too many. I want to first see how we do with this badge and make sure we don't kill them, make sure they survive. And so we only went to 12. So the Korean church only were able to offer 2. But of course, of course, the Japanese were this has come from their tradition, of koi. And we're grateful. We're grateful that they were able to offer those. And they seem to be happy about being able to offer those to the palace.
And when I went to pay him, we owed him $420 for 12 times 35. But he said, forget the $20, just give me $400. So
that's very nice.
12 koi for
nice
$400. Yes.
Some of them, because he used the Western nets, some of them were injured in the transport because those Western nets tear at their skin, their scales, and also their flippers. So some of them were injured. We didn't have, but hey, you can't complain.
Right.
Can't complain. The Japanese never use regular fish nets. They always use like rubber nets or garbage bags to transport them because they're smooth and soft. So that's what we eventually did when we transported them into the pond. The Cheongguk pond, we ended up using garbage bags to do so. There's some pictures on Facebook. Go ahead, guys, pull it up on Facebook. The cute pictures of the release, and it was amazing. They're so strong. I guess the oxygen was not. They didn't feel the oxygen level to be appropriate. So as soon as we released them in there, they started doing this show for us and almost like jumping out of the water, drinking air, like this. Absolutely beautiful. Go to Moon Hyungjin, and you'll see it on my Facebook page. But the koi were absolutely amazing. To get that kind of, basically he was getting rid of them. He wanted to fill in his pond, and we are so now blessed with beautiful koi swimming around, little mini dragons swimming around in the Chanil Garden. Chanil Garden. Chanil Garden is a nice name, isn't it? Chanil Garden. In the Chanil Garden, so now everybody can enjoy them when they come to the King's Report and come to the Chanil Gung.
Can't wait.
You haven't seen them yet? Oh, you haven't seen them yet?
Not in the
You-
not in the pond here. Yes.
Okay, you had to
I
head
have
back.
we have to wait for the sun to rise and.
Oh, they look so happy. They look so happy. They have so much space. And we have 7 baby ones, of course, that will be growing and maturing. But, wow. I just felt, to find somebody who, that close in Scranton, my goodness, who has somebody, Father really led us to the perfect person, who was originally going to charge $50 a fish, which is an incredible steal. He, that morning, sold 14 of them. The previous morning sold 10 of them. So as soon as we started, looking, and I said, those East Garden has to give me those koi because those are my inheritance. There was EG. Wherever Father went, he had a koi pond. Hanamdong had a koi pond. Chunjangu had a koi pond. East Garden had a koi pond. Wherever Father went, he had a koi pond. So I've grown around koi all the time, even though I've never really knew the species and varieties. And now I'm starting to learn them. But there's the golden beauty. He's jumping out of the air. See that? Look at that. Look at that close up. Go ahead close on that. Isn't that amazing? See how they're jumping out of the water and we had a wonderful ceremony, a releasing ceremony. We thanked Father for finding us these beautiful koi. Oh, hold on, go back to that. And there we go. They were transporting the garbage bags. Everybody's helping, Brother Sort and the Japanese brothers, sisters, Korean brothers, sisters, Martha, Tashiro-san, they helped. They drove it, so they did a great job. And everybody had an amazing releasing ceremony. What a wonderful rescue mission we did. And we rescued 12 koi. We're actually planning to call back that the guy, and if he can't sell the rest of his koi, we'll just take them. Because there was a couple left, but some of these koi were injured in the transporting process. So if he wants to, give the rest away, we'll take him. There's plenty of room. There's me transporting it with the brothers and sisters. There's the Oak family lineage helping us there. There's Jamal. There you go. Reverend Lee. We're all in there, getting those koi in. So it was a wonderful, wonderful release ceremony. We had a beautiful release ceremony. We were able to see the koi fish in the bag? You see down there? Did you see that? Look at them in a tiny bag. See that? He's actually popping through. And it was a beautiful ceremony, beautiful. And then everybody had people were applauding, seeing them finally release and then coming up for air and doing a beautiful show for us. Basically, they were so happy. They were getting oxygen. They were so happy they can have some space. And they were moving around so happy. Now they're exploring the pond. Now they understand where they are in the pond. They adjusted. We tried to feed them last night, but they didn't want to eat. It's the adjustment period. But what a beautiful... And this is right after Day of True All Things.
Yes.
People kept saying all true things. It's true all things.
Yes, it's true all things. Because all things is a term.
All things is one term.
We can't separate all things. So
yes, it's a translated term from manmul.
Manmul.
10,000 things is what that
Yes,
literally
true
means.
all things. Yes, that's
The
correct.
Day of True All Things. And right after that, it was during the Day of True All Things ceremonies that we found our koi.
Yes, it
Praise
was.
God. Woo! Father found our koi for basically somebody who was just giving them away. And we were able to go on a wonderful rescue mission with all oh my gosh, there was like 50 people in that man's house. He wasn't angry.
No, he
He
wasn't.
had a great attitude.
Yeah.
And he had all these wacky skeletons and demons and bushes. You see that?
Yeah, but he was very humble, and when he heard that we were a church group, but that's when he reduced it from $50 to $35, and
He was like, don't give me $500 for 10. Just give me 350.
Yeah.
We're like, whoa. I mean, I cannot find even on the internet one of those small ones at 10 inches long. Okay, that are Japanese import, 10-inch long. $450. $450.
for one.
For one
Yeah.
fish. We got fish that are like 20 inches, huge, fat fish. One, $35. Oh my, you can't, it's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Okay, that is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But anyways, we were able to rescue these wonderful koi. And now everybody across the world, when they come to Chunhyung Palace, will see our beautiful, beautiful koi. We spent so much time there last night. We had Japanese, we had a pizza. Kukjung came, can you believe it? As soon as we get back, Kukjun pops in, because he's here to pick up his girls. And I'm like, Kukjung, you're here, come see our koi. And he was walking around first, he's like, yeah, you changed the swimming pool. He's mumbling. And then he's walking around. I'm saying, yeah, okay. And then he said, they're all gonna die in the winter time because you don't have winterized pipes and you have to reduce the water level. I said, no, we'll do fine because all we need is 4 feet of water. It's like, okay, we'll see. I said, they're gonna do fine. And then he kept on walking around. In about 30 minutes, I took a quick shower, came out. About 30 minutes later, he said, yeah, Father would really love these fish. So the Holy Ghost did a number on him in about 30 minutes. He said, yeah, Father would love these fish. And then Greg's standing next to him and said, we have a crazy king. He loves nature. And Guk just starts laughing. So it was a great night. Guk Chung came in. He gave his blessing as the elder brother who actually prepared this property for the 3 kingships. So I'm very happy that he gave his blessing and was happy about it. In the end, he was happy. He's been warning us against this for months. So it was wonderful to have him come, pop in. Who knew? I didn't even, he just popped in. It was so funny. Gianni came, all the little babies came, and they're like, can we stay? I'm saying, okay, you guys go play, hurry up, go play. And they all run off. And then we had pizza, we ordered pizza, and we had a wonderful time. Mrs. Kang came out. 우리 강 회장님도 잉어 보셨죠? 잉어 보셨죠? 잉어.
어제 잉어 보셨어요?
아, 요즘
She came out.
Yeah.
She came out with a cute little sweater and a cute little pink hat, and then saw the emo as well, the carp as well, and we had a wonderful pizza dinner. Can you believe it? So we had all day long with the Japanese brothers and sisters and the Koreans. We spent all day with them, literally from the Kings Report 5 a.m. Okay, all the way to like 10. So they had a full day with us. And traveling, getting the getting the rescue mission to Ndhoi. We're doing the releasing ceremony, and just having a wonderful day. It almost felt like we were fishing because we had to catch these guys in the net. We had to help this guy catch them, get all wet, soaking wet in this poo water. They were in this little plastic Walmart tub. The inflatable pools that you buy at Walmart. They were in that. Like 20, 30 plus fish. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And it was cloudy water. It was like feces water that they were swimming around in. Oh my goodness. And the guy had to go around and we had to splash around trying to get these guys. Some of them were injured, so we've given them a little bit of a salt bath. And doing a little research, you can actually naturally, the traditional way to heal them is by putting salt in the water. About 2 pounds per 100 gallons. Apparently is the makeup. So we may have to do the math on that and give them a little salt bath. We'll see. I'm worried about this gold guy actually because he was injured in his gill, which is amazing. I thought we would lose some at least on the trip because it's a traumatic trip. It's about a 1 hour trip, 1.5 hour trip for these guys. So I thought we would lose him, but we didn't lose any, which is amazing. But some were injured, though. This gold guy was injured on his gill. And watching him into the night last night, he was floating a little weird. I mean, his equilibrium was not as good. So I'm going to have to see his condition today, see how good he is. If they start swimming sideways for prolonged periods of time, it's time to go. They have to come out. So, Asians do what's known as 잉어 죽, which is carp soup. So if we do have to get rid of him, we will still utilize him, either make carp soup or we'll make him, return him back into the earth and he will be fertilizer for our plants. Nonetheless, such an amazing adventure. We thank God. We thank Father for finding us such beautiful fish that we were able to rescue, bring back to the Chanigung Palace garden. And Father finally has his koi in the first palace for the three kingship. Aju.
Aju.
Praise God. Praise God. All right, folks, let's go quickly to our Rima this morning. And today we are in Psalm 35. This is called the Lord, the Avenger of his people. Psalm of David. This is when the enemies are also coming after David and coming after the people of God. Fierce witnesses rise up. They ask me things that I do not know. They reward me evil for good, to the sorrow of my soul. Oh, that rhymes. That rhymes. Fierce witnesses rise up. They ask me things that I do not know. They reward me for evil for good, to the sorrow of my soul. No, that doesn't rhyme, sorry. But as for me, when they were sick, my clothing was sackcloth. I humbled myself with fasting, and my prayer would return to my own heart. I paced about as though he were my friend or brother. I bowed down heavily, as one who mourns for his mother. Wow, a lot of things in the Holy Ghost touch me there. The Spirit of God tells me, reminds me of some visions that we had when we had to stand up against the Han Mother and all the pathetic archangel Korean leaders, those pieces of trash, trying to bribe us and trying to reward us evil for good. Do they try to bribe you too?
They encouraged me to stay in the foundation, I guess.
Did they say they'd raise your salary?
I actually, I blocked all my phone numbers.
Okay.
And so I think they didn't have the chance.
Didn't have a chance. Yeah, you were valiant, Tim.
As soon as I quit,
You were a samurai.
I just blocked all my phone numbers except for my family.
We call Tim the agent samurai. Have you seen Afro Samurai? Afro Samurai.
I haven't seen Afro Samurai, no.
It's a Japanese manga. What animation?
All right.
Guys, pull up Afro Samurai, and it's bloody. It's very bloody, but it's a modern. It's a black samurai with a huge afro, and he kills everybody. But there's Afro Samurai. Look at it. You see that? You see that? Go ahead, pull that up for our viewers here who don't know Afro Samurai. It's actually quite an entertaining. There he is, Afro Samurai. He's a black dude who is a samurai wielding crazy curved blade. Is he smoking pot or is he smoking a cigarette? Okay.
If it's Japanese, I'm sure he's smoking a cigarette, not pot.
Okay. But there it is, and he has it's a very bloody manga. But I saw that a couple years ago actually. Apparently this samurai just is the best, and he destroys all the other samurais. Anyways, the point is, they reward me evil for good. Yeah, trying to bribe us by saying, look, all of this is yours. $2 billion is yours. Just stay and go along with it, and all of this will be yours. What trash. Stay and sell out your own Father. Stay and sell out the Lord of Second Advent. Stay and sell out the King of Kings, who trusted you, who made you his heir, successor, and representative body because he trusted you, who gave his inheritance to Cain and Abel, trusted Kukjo with the foundation, give him all the economic responsibility, okay? And that's something too, we can look at that model too, Cain and Abel. Kukjo made that great point in his Q&A. When you inherit your assets to your children, you can also look at a Cain and Abel team, amongst your children who will work together. And he was talking about, now as sovereigns, you have to think in a kingship mentality. And you have to think about who you will inherit your children. Which one of your children is willing to fight for your values, for the kingdom of God that you are pursuing with your life? Which one of your children is, you will have to judge amongst your children who is worthy to uphold your dynasty, right? Because every single one of the kings and queens of Cheongguk who have been under True Father's authority, they have to think of their kingship as a dynasty that lasts over generations, what we call intergenerational dynasties. And in that, you have to think, you have to judge your children. This child is no good. This child is good. This child is no good. This child is good. You have to judge your children. And that's tough to do as parents, yes, but you have to do it as a king. You have to judge your children, which one is honorable, which one are not honorable. Which ones will continue the dynasty and the legacy connected with the three kingships in Cheongguk. Which one will continue to fight for Cheongguk, see? Which one will be honorable? You have to choose. It's critical. But they try to reward me evil for good, trying to bribe us to sell out the King of Kings. What a stupid, ridiculous idiots. Father's assets. We talk about real assets, right? And we talk about human relationships. Do you know that love is an asset? Obviously, children are an asset. The world tells us children are a liability. No, children are an asset. Did you know that love is an asset?
Wow, yes.
Did you know that love is an asset?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Love is an asset. There were true people that loved Father. That was his asset. Kukchan was talking about this in the Q&A. That was his part of his inheritance, his kingdom, was love. People who truly loved him. And he inherited that to me. Right? So when I inherited Father's kingdom, I don't just inherit all the assets, which are there. And of course, we can lay a claim on as they try to do copyrights and all this thing. Not allowing us to use the word Cheongguk. I mean, these pathetic failures, illegitimate thieves. But the point is, Father passed down the love between the brides of Christ, the body of Christ, who loved him. And those stood with him throughout the tribulation period and his kingship. And Family Friday, of course, is crashing, they're collapsing. Financially, they're dying. They're dying so fast. And because they're an organization of thievery and illegitimacy, the only way they've kept people on is by paying them. Even to pay people to come to their workshops. They were paying young people $100 to come to their workshop.
Yes. In Korea. That
Pathetic they are. Yes, our workshop's so good, we'll pay you to come do it. That's how pathetic they are. I mean, so pathetic. So they're just collapsing, crashing. They have no vision for the future other than totalitarianism and slavery. They have no more financial foundation, which is the reason why they're trying to think about allying with the Kwak Group, which also financially are irresponsible. They're thieves as well, but they have probably more than the family fraud, even though they squander money like crazy.
But a lot of their assets have been locked up now in this trial. Yeah.
It's
So
true.
They're having trouble too.
It's true. So they're in such a scramble. Okay. Meanwhile, God is blessing the three kingships. God is blessing the sanctuaries around the world. Blessing us, yes, with persecution too. Persecution makes us stronger.
Yes.
God never gives us a challenge he knows we cannot handle. That's what the Bible says in Corinthians. I believe it's Corinthians. God never gives you a challenge he knows you cannot handle. He knows we can handle it. And that's why he allows us to be persecuted. So we become stronger, we become more mighty, we become more honorable, more valiant. More legendary, more epic, baby. Because the more they hate, the more the illegitimacy arises and it becomes apparent, just like the scripture. And the more they persecute and curse because they're illegitimate and unjustified, the more the people of God and three kingships of God rises. The Holy Ghost and True Father is preparing tremendous blessing. We're so excited because, of course, Car Arms is being blessed, and Cook Jones Foundation is being blessed. And there's amazing things for that entire foundation. Of course, he's top 10 in the industry. With the new patent and the new technology that he has created, the iPhone for the firearm industry, he can be number one. Number one in the world with worldwide military contracts. I mean, it's just, anyways, it's amazing. Father is repositioning the entire world for the victory of his kingdom. And we stand and we are blessed because we did not do a dishonorable thing. We did not sell out our father. And in the end, that is an asset. Honor is an asset. Yes. Wow. Honorable people are an asset. Honorable nature and decisions are an asset. And they are rewarded. In the end, maybe not temporarily, but in the end, God provides. Just as David calls this section, the avenger of his people. Lord, the avenger of his people. God is good, and he is good all the time. We'll be right back after the short break. Stay with us on the King's Report.
Car Arms, Magnum Research, and Auto Ordnance. The Car Firearms Group. With a diverse product line that blends American craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology. It's no secret why gun enthusiasts choose Car Firearms Group. From the Desert Eagle and Baby Desert Eagle made famous by Hollywood. The history of the 1911 and the Tommy gun. To the best in compact concealed carry. Car Firearms Group is not only the first name in personal defense, it's a name that has earned the respect of gun enthusiasts around the world. Concealment, innovative technology, value, accuracy, and history. Car Firearms Group. Made in the USA. Visit car.com today.
We are back. Welcome back to the King's Report. I'm your host, Sean Moon, the second king of Cheongguk. Let's go now to Mrs. Kang for our Holy Spirit moment with Mrs. K. Mrs. Tim.
And Mrs. Kang is reading this morning from Genesis 12, verses 1 through 4. Now
Wow.
the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred, and from
Get thee out of thy country. I'm sorry, go ahead.
and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee...
a land I will show thee.
Yes, and I will make of thee a great nation.
Right.
And I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and
Thank you,
curse
Lord.
him that curseth thee.
Thank
And
you,
in
Lord.
all thee shall and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed, as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran.
75 years old.
안녕하십니까.
Good morning, everyone.
오늘 여러분들에게 말씀드릴 내용은 100세의 아들을 얻은 아브라함에 대해서 말씀을 드리기로 하겠습니다.
Today I want to speak to you about Abraham, who received a son when he was 100 years old.
100세의 아들을 얻었다는 것은 이것은 정말로 하나님께서 특별히 함께 해 주셨기 때문에 그런 놀라운 기적의 역사가 일어났던 것입니다.
To have a child, to have a son when a man is 100 years old, this is something that really had to have been done by God's miracle and by His power, because God was with him.
그는 특별히 믿음의 조상으로 하나님께서 인정하시고 또 축복하시고 그의 생애는 참으로 모든 사람들이 볼 때에 믿음의 조상이라고 머리를 숙일 수 있는 그런 생애 노정을 걸어왔던 것입니다.
God acknowledged him as the father of faith, and God blessed him, and his life was one that everyone could recognize as being that of a father of faith and could bow down to him for that reason.
믿음의 조상인 동시에 이스라엘의 조상으로 하나님께서 특별히 뽑아 세우셨던 분입니다.
He's not just the father of faith, but also chosen by God to be the father of the people of Israel.
그는 가는 곳곳마다 만능을 행사하시고 또 더 나아가서는 하나님께서 우리 이스라엘의 하나님이라는 것을 모든 사람들에게 만민 만국인에게 그는 생활로서 내적 외적으로서 보여주시고 알려주시고 나타내 주셨던 것입니다.
Everywhere he went, he testified to God as the God of his family and of Israel. And he showed this both internally and externally.
그런 것을 볼 때에 얼마나 아브라함은 참 마음 뿌듯하고 더 나아가서는 내 오른편에는 살아계신 하나님이 나와 더불어 함께 있다는 이 신앙에 그는 참 누구도 알 수 없는 기쁨을 가졌을 것입니다.
Everywhere he went, he's testified that God was with him on his right hand, and that God was with him always. And he was always in joy for this.
그래서 창세기 12장을 보게 되면은 아브라함을 택하여 세워놓으시고 얼마나 큰 축복을 하셨는지 너를 축복하는 자에게는 그에게 축복을 내려주고 너를 저주하게 되면은 그에게 저주를 내려준다는 이런 말씀까지 하셨습니다.
And so we see in Genesis 12 where God actually chooses Abraham. His name is still Abram at this point. And in verse 3, God gives him a tremendous blessing. It's so great that God says that whoever blesses Abraham, God will bless that person. And whoever curses Abraham, God will curse that person.
오늘 우리의 신앙길에 있어서도 정말로 하나님이 이스라엘의 하나님이요 또 내 하나님이라는 것을 그가 느끼고 그가 알고 그가 믿었을 때에 아무데 가도 그는 두려움이 없는 생활을 했습니다.
Abraham, because he believed that God was with him, that God had chosen him, he had no fear, no matter where he went.
하나님께서 지켜주셨을 뿐만 아니라 정말로 적은 일에서부터 큰 일에 이르기까지 하나님이 오셔서 간섭하시고 하나님이 오셔서 동행하시고 동사하시고 동력해 주신다는 것을 그는 자기의 생활을 통해서 그걸 많이 느끼고 또 고맙고 감사함으로 생활해 왔던 것입니다.
And Abraham must have felt must have known that God, and he must have experienced that God was with him in every aspect of his life, from the smallest thing to the greatest thing. That God was always with him and helping him and cooperating with him and also intervening in his life on a daily basis.
그래서 그는 가는 곳곳마다 무슨 일을 했느냐 하면은 돌을 이렇게 모아가지고 그 다음에는 제단을 쌓았습니다. 하나님을 모시고 하나님께 제사 드리는 제단을 쌓으면서 정말로 하나님은 이 제단에 오시어서 내가 원하는 또 더 나아가서 이스라엘 민족 전체가 원하고 바라시는 모든 소원을 이루어 달라고 그는 간절한 기도를 드리고 정성을 드렸던 것입니다.
So every place Abraham went, he would gather stones together and build an altar for the Lord. And he would pray that God would come to this altar and that he prayed that God would fulfill the dreams and aspirations of the people of Israel.
하나님께서 믿음의 조상이라고 인정하고 축복하고 내세우실 수 있는 그런 내용을 가지고 있었고 그런 조건을 세웠던 것이고 그렇게 함께 하나님과 함께 생활을 하고 함께 역사해 주심을 그는 많이 보면서 지나왔던 것입니다.
So Abraham in this way established the conditions for him to be the father of faith, and he in many ways demonstrated how God was living with him and was cooperating with him and was together with him in everything that he did.
이스라엘을 하나님께서 지키시고 계신다는 것, 그냥 하나님이 계시는 것이 아니라 정말로 적은 일에나 큰 일에나 지키고 계신다는 이 신앙을 가지고 있었습니다.
Abraham had the faith that God not only existed, but that he was protecting Abraham and his family and the coming nation of Israel.
제일 중요한 것은 정말로 이스라엘과 지키시기만 하는 것이 아니라 함께하고 계신다는 이 신앙을 가졌습니다.
And his faith was that God was not only protecting Israel, but that also he was with Israel.
또 하나님은 이스라엘 편만 아니라 정말로 내 편에 서 계셔서 역사하시는 하나님이시라는 것을 그는 절대적으로 믿어서 하나님이 그렇게 인정해 주신 입장에 섰던 것입니다.
And Abraham believed that God was conducting his providence, centering on Israel, and was as the God of Israel.
오늘 우리 신앙길에 있어서도 하나님께서 살아계신 하나님께서 내 편에 서서 역사하시고 내가 그의 편이라는 것을 우리가 믿고 나갈 때는 정말로 마음 뿌듯하고 든든하고 아무데 가도 무서운 것이 없는 입장에 설 수 있을 것입니다.
So also for us, if we live our lives with the confidence that God is not only with us, but that He is on our side, that we are on God's side, and God is conducting His providence, centering on us, then that will give us a tremendous confidence and comfort.
아브라함에게는 아들이 없었어요. 그런데 그는 100세의 이삭을 얻었던 것입니다.
Abraham did not have a son, but he received Isaac when he was 100 years old.
100세의 아들을 낳았기 때문에 얼마나 애지중지하게 길렀으며 정말로 세상 사람 같으면은 뭐라고 말할 수 없는 그런 마음을 가지고 아들을 길렀을 것입니다.
This son must have been very precious to him, and he must have raised Isaac with a great love and care. And,
이런 귀한 자리에 세운 아들이었는데도 하나님께서는 아브라함을 시험하려고 했는지 모르지만은 100세에 얻은 아들을 내게 번제로 제사를 드리라고 했습니다.
And I don't know if God was testing Abraham, but a time came when God told Abraham to place Isaac on the altar and offer him as a burnt offering.
보통 사람 같으면은 정말로 고민을 많이 하고 어찌 백세에 얻은 아들을 내게 죽여서 제사를 드리라고 할까 이렇게 근심하고 걱정하고 마음에 정말로 하나님에 대해서 불신을 가질 수밖에 없는 그 자리에서도 그는 하나도 마음으로 상심하지 않고 하나님이 이렇게 말씀하실 때는 이렇게 하라고 하실 때는 여기에는 무슨 큰 뜻이 있을 것이다. 내가 알 수 없는 큰 뜻이 있을 거라는 걸 그는 믿고 마음으로 편안한 마음으로 순종하기로 했습니다.
This was a son that he had finally received when he was 100 years old, the most precious thing that we can imagine. And yet God made this demand of him. A normal person certainly would have fallen into disbelief, but Abraham realized that if God was making this demand, that there must be a larger will that God had. And so he decided to follow and to obey God's demand.
아브라함은 하나님의 말씀을 하나님이 말씀하신 것을 절대적으로 믿어와서 그래서 모리아산에 올라가서 제사를 드리기로 했어요.
So Abraham climbed Mount Moriah together with Isaac in order to make this offering.
그때에 그 아들 이삭이 물었습니다. 이렇게 제사를 드리려고 지금 모리아산을 향해 올라가는데 장작을 뒤에다 메고 올라갔습니다. 그러면서 그는 말하기를 이렇게 제사 드릴 모든 준비를 다 가지고 가는데 왜 제물은 왜 없습니까? 하고 물을 때에 그는 뭐라고 대답했는가 하면은 너를 죽여서 제사를 드린다고 하지 않고 그는 말씀하기를 하나님께서 제물은 다 준비해 놓았을 거다. 이 말씀을 하는 아브라함의 심정은 얼마나 기막힌 심정을 가졌겠습니까?
And on the way up, Abraham was going up with Isaac, and they had the wood to make the fire for the offering. And Isaac asked a question. He said to his father, we're going up Mount Moriah right now to make this offering, and we have the wood and we have the everything else that we need, but we don't have the actual offering. And where is that? And Abraham, he didn't say, well, I'm going to actually kill you and offer you. He didn't say that. Instead, he said, well, I'm sure that God will provide an offering.
그렇지만은 아브라함은 그 입장에서도 정말로 하나님께 조금도 의심하지 않고 이렇게 내게 제물을 드리려고 하는 배후에는 큰 축복이 있을 것이고 큰 하나님이 가치의 주심을 더욱 느낄 수 있는 큰 은총을 베풀어 주신다는 이 심정에서 그는 정말로 마음의 요동 없이 그것을 넘길 수 있었던 것입니다.
We can perhaps try to imagine how Abraham must have felt when he said these words to his son. But even as he was going up the mountain that way, Abraham never had even the slightest doubt in God's word, but he was always willing to follow through with his obedience to God's word. He was confident there must be a great blessing coming as a result of this offering.
오늘 여러분들이 생각해 보세요. 하나님이 지금 이 시간 내게 100세에 얻은 아들과 같은 귀중한 아들을 하나님께 번제로 드리라고 했을 때에 마음의 상처 없이 그것을 믿음으로 그것을 넘길 수 있느냐, 믿음으로 실천할 수 있느냐, 이걸 생각해 볼 때에 어느 누구도 하기가 참 곤란하고 힘든 것이었지만은 아브라함은 그걸 하기로 작정하고 정말로 마음속으로부터 그는 승리했던 것입니다.
Think of it. If God were to come to you and tell you to offer something that was as valuable to you, precious to you, as the son that you had received at the age 100, would you be able to? Would we be able to accept that and to obey that? Would we be able to go over that, with faith? But that is what Abraham was able to do.
그래서 이 아침 우리는 정말로 아브라함이 순종하는 마음으로 이삭을 제물로 드린다는 것을 조금도 마음에 의심도 하지 않고 그대로 받아들이기로 역사했던 그 믿음을 이 아침 우리도 가졌으면 좋겠습니다.
That's why I hope that this morning we can have the faith. We can have the faith that Abraham had, where he was able to go forward with this offering without even the slightest doubt or slightest disbelief in God.
아브라함이 이런 믿음을 가지고 적은 일에서부터 큰 일에까지 순종해 나왔기 때문에 그는 많은 축복을 받아 온 만민들 만국에 있는 이들이 아브라함을 부를 때는 아브라함은 믿음의 조상이야 할 수 있으리만큼이 아니고 할 수 있었던 그 놀라운 신앙의 조상으로서 세움을 받을 수 있게 되었다는 것이 얼마나 귀하고 고맙고 감사한 일입니까?
Because Abraham was able to do this, now many people in countries around the world look upon him as the father of faith. So what a blessing this is, and how grateful we are for this.
그는 믿을 때에 50%나 90%나 이것도 아니었고 정말로 100% 절대적으로 하나님께서 이 말씀을 하시는 이 역사의 배후에는 내가 알지 못하는 깊은 뜻이 있을 것이고 하나님이 시키셨다는 이 신앙을 가지고 그는 극복했던 것입니다.
His faith was not 50% or 90%, but it was absolute. It was 100%. And he was absolutely certain that a great blessing would come as a result of this obedience.
오늘 여러분들께서도 이러한 믿음을 가지고 나갈 때에 이렇게 우리가 살아드릴 때에 여기에는 우리들이 알 수 없는 큰 기적이 나타날 수 있고 정말로 하나님께서 축복해 주시지 않을래야 않을 수 없는 역사가 여러분들 뿐만 아니라 여러분들의 후손들에게도 나타나신다는 것을 알아주시고 믿어주시기를 바랍니다.
Please believe this morning that when you have that kind of absolute faith, God will be with you and God will give you great blessing and He will give great blessings to your descendants as well.
후손.
저는 이걸 생각할 때에 정말로 아브라함은 귀하신 분이었고 아브라함은 믿음의 조상이 되고도 남을 수 있고 그래서 우리가 아브라함의 하나님, 이삭의 하나님, 야곱의 하나님 3대 하나님을 우리가 부르는 이유도 그를 믿음의 선조로 믿음의 조상으로 세웠던 까닭이라고 볼 수 있습니다.
I feel this morning that Abraham was more than qualified to be called the father of faith. God is referred to as the God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, the God of these three generations. And Abraham, it was because Abraham, as the first generation, was able to have this kind of a strong faith that this was possible.
그래서 그는 제단 위에 정말로 아들을 누이고 죽여서 드리려고 생각을 하고는 그는 칼을 들어 치려고 했습니다.
And so Abraham lay his son on the altar and held up his knife, preparing to kill him.
그리고는 하나님께서 불렀어요 아브라함을. 아브라함아, 아브라함아, 너는 네 아들 네 아들 이삭에게 손을 대어 해하지 말라고 그는 분명히 말씀하셨던 것입니다.
And then Abraham heard God speak to him, saying, "Do not lay a hand on your son."
그의 믿음이 아브라함 이삭을 정말로 제사를 드리지 않았지만은 제사를 드린 것과 같이 하나님이 받으신 것과 같은 그런 입장에서 아브라함을 대했던 것입니다.
So, although Abraham did not actually make the burnt offering of his son, God received his offering as if he had made that offering.
이것을 생각할 때에 오늘 우리들에게도 하나님께서 명령하시고 하나님께서 말씀하신다면은 인간적으로는 불가능한 일이었지만은 그러나 이렇게 나는 하나님이 시켰다고 생각하면은 아무거라도 할 수 있는 내 믿음을 우리들은 스스로 내게서 발견하는 동시에 스스로 실천할 수 있는 우리가 되어야 하겠습니다.
So when we see this this morning, we need to also learn from this. And if God tells us to do something that we feel is impossible, still go ahead and do it and find the faith within ourselves to be able to rely on God and let God accomplish it.
그렇게 될 때는 하나님께서 정말로 아브라함뿐만 아니라 대대로 그 후손들에게까지 큰 축복의 은총을 베풀어 주신다는 것을 우리가 믿을 때에 우리도 그런 신앙의 위치에 설 수 있습니다.
And we can see from this that if we are able to do that, then God will bless not only us but also our descendants. And we'll be able to stand in that position of faith.
그래서 이 아침 아브라함과 함께 해주셨던 하나님께서 오늘 나에게도 함께 하고 계신다는 이 신조, 이 신념, 이 신앙을 우리가 가지고 나갈 때에 그는 자손 만대의 큰 축복을 받을 수 있을 것입니다.
Let's this morning know that the God who is with Abraham is also with us, and that He will bless us in our faith and also our descendants.
우리들이 그 축복을 받은 입장에 우리가 서 있음을 생각할 때에 오늘 이제 우리 성전교회를 통해서 아버님의 역사가 여기에 나타나고 아버님의 역사가 여기에서 이루어지고 아버님의 역사가 여기에서 정말로 승리의 깃발을 꽂을 수 있고 승리할 수 있는 입장에 섰다는 것을 이 아침 더욱 큰 확신을 가져야 하겠습니다.
We need to have the conviction that God's will be accomplished through the Sanctuary Church, that God is with the Sanctuary Church, and that God's flag of victory will be planted on this earth by the Sanctuary Church.
지금은 욕먹고 우리가 정말로 약한 것 같이 보이지만은 절대로 그것이 아니었고 천지 만물을 창조하신 하나님께서 오늘 이 우리 성전교회와 함께 해주시고 더 나아가서는 하나님께서 정말로 후계자로 세우시고 상속자로 세우셨던 우리 왕님, 2대 왕님을 통해서 또 왕비님을 통해서 큰 역사의 불결이 일어나서 정말로 여기에서 하나님의 소원이 이루어지고 아버님의 소원이 여기에서 승리하게 되고 예수님이 바라셨던 뜻이 이루어지게 되고 더 나아가서는 정말로 하나님의 창조 목적 3대 왕권, 2대 왕을 중심 삼고 3대 왕권과 가인, 아벨 승리 이 모든 역사가 여기에서 성취되어 진다는 것을 오늘 이 아침 우리는 다 100% 절대적으로 믿읍시다.
We are being persecuted, we are being cursed, and it appears that we are weak, but that is not the case because God is with us. And it is here that God's will be accomplished, that the Father's will be accomplished, and that through the three-generation kingships, especially through the second king and queen. God's will is being accomplished on this earth today, centering on this sanctuary church.
그러려면 우리는 정말로 아버님께서 축복하여 세우셨던 2대 왕과 또 가인아벨 3대 왕권 축복해서 주셨던 이 모든 뜻이 정말로 이루어질 수 있다는 것이 아니라 이루어졌다는 이 신념을 가지고 나갈 때에 더욱 하나님께서 함께해 주실 것으로 믿습니다.
So let's move forward. Not that God's will be accomplished, but it has already been accomplished. It is already a fact that it has been accomplished. Let's go forward with that conviction.
그래서 아버님이 축복해 주시고 정말로 함께 했었던 이 역사에 우리 식구들 모두가 큰 관심을 가지고 이제 2대 왕님과 3대 왕권을 우리는 정말로 가슴에 품고 안고 정말로 이루어 드립니다. 이루어 드렸습니다. 할 수 있는 이 신앙을 가지고 승리의 깃발을 온 세계에 꽂을 수 있어야 되겠습니다.
And let's plant the flags of victory around the world with the faith and the conviction that God's will has been accomplished, that God's will has been done.
아버님이 장난을 하기 위해서 하신 거 아니에요. 이거는 정말로 100% 실제이었고 이것은 이루어질 수 있기 때문에 아버님이 축복해 주셨습니다. 그렇기 때문에 이제부터는 우리 왕님을 위해서 2대 왕님을 위해서 또 그 후손들을 위해서 기도 많이 하는 우리 식구들이 되어야 하겠습니다.
God is not just playing games. He gave this blessing because He knows that it can be accomplished, and that it can be accomplished through the second king and queen, and through these three-generation kingships. And so let's pray fervently for our king and queen.
전 세계의 우리 식구들이, 전 세계의 우리 성전 식구들이 정말로 하나가 되어서 이를 위해서 우리가 전심 전력 전심을 여기에 향하면서 기도하게 된다면 반드시 기도한 그대로의 열매가 나타나고 이루어진다는 것을 이 아침 우리들은 확신해야 하겠습니다.
Let's have conviction that if all these sanctuary people around the world become one, then we can accomplish God's will and we can accomplish this victory.
그래서 이제 우리에게는 길을 가나 무슨 일을 하든지 간에 오늘 여러분들이 정말로 이대 왕님과 왕님에게 맡겼었던 사명을 위해서 우리가 마음을 다하고 뜻을 다하고 정성을 모아 기도해서 정말로 그 역사를 하루속히 빨리 단축시키면서 이룰 수 있는 길을 우리는 모색하고 또 이루어야 하겠습니다.
Let's pray with all our mind, with all our heart, and all our will for the king and queen, so that God's will, that the time period that it takes to accomplish God's will, can be reduced as much as possible. It can be done as quickly as possible.
그래서 이 승리의 영광을 하나님과 참 아버님과 예수님과 연계해 있는 문영인들이 정말로 협조하시지 않을 수 없는 그 놀라운 역사의 그 기적을 불러일으키는 데는 우리들이 정성을 들이고 기도하지 않으면 안 되기 때문에 기도 많이 해서 꼭 실체적으로 이룰 수 있는 그날을 우리는 맞이해야 하겠습니다.
We need to pray fervently for this so that the glory of this victory can be given to God and to return to God and to true Father, to Jesus. And we need the cooperation of all the spirit people in the spirit world in order to accomplish this.
우리는 이 뜻이 그렇게 될 것이다로 우리가 생각하지 말고 그렇게 이미 되었다는 이런 신념 속에서 우리가 나갈 때에 하나님은 여기 와서 축복해서 반드시 그 역사를 이루신다는 것을 믿어 주시기를 바랍니다.
Let's not think that God's will be done, but let's have the conviction that God's will has already been accomplished. We need that kind of a conviction in order to have this victory.
아브라함이 100세에 하나님께서 아들을 제사로 드리라고 할 때에 그는 서슴지 않고 드렸던 그 이상의 신앙을 가지고 오늘 우리는 우리의 이 뜻을 성취하는 데에 전심전력을 다 기울여 바치는 오늘 우리 성전 식구들이 되어야 하겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
Let's have the faith that Abraham had when he did not hesitate to obey God when God told him to offer the son that he received when he was 100 years old. Let's have that kind of absolute faith in order to bring this victory to God and to parents. Thank you very much.
고맙습니다.
Everybody, please encourage Mrs. Kang. Yesterday she was saying to Kuk Jong and everybody, "Oh, I'm so old. I'm 91." And what is it? Miss Reverend Lee encouraged her, saying, "Hey, you're still a young lady." And of course, how many brothers and sisters are inspired by her honor and her loyalty to True Father. And of course, at 91 years old, still giving the word. So make sure when you feel inspired by her in the mornings, write your comments and listen. We can share those with her because she's 91 years old, still preaching the word of God. So praise God. We'll be right back after the short break. Stay with us on the King's Report.
In my class, we will exercise together with the focus on being good stewards of our body. We'll begin each session with the reading of Scripture and connecting it to the goal of that particular class. Centered on Christ, we will work on strengthening our body to be a healthy container for the Spirit to reside. God's children were meant to hold a loving authority over the entire created world, both physical and spiritual. This class will present basic zoology, the study of animals, both wild and domestic, and the recognition of mammal, reptile, bird, and fish species. We'll also take several Saturday outings into local forests, fishing trips, small game hunting, and field trips to area zoos, wildlife rescues, stables, and kennels. The goal is to familiarize and gain an appreciation for God's creatures and share in the heart of our true Father who loved nature. In my class, we will challenge ourselves to evangelize and win the lost to Christ. By studying the book The Way of the Master by Ray Comfort, we will equip ourselves with the spiritual tools necessary to win souls to Christ and to the three kingship providence. I hope this class will produce sanctuary evangelists who will stand in full authority as kings and queens of Chanoguk. We will have action goals every week and accountability partners who will encourage each other to pray, witness, and seed new ministries. This class is for those who have a burden for the lost and a burning desire to share the faith.
このクラスは聖書を通読することで霊的に神様と誠のお父様に出会うことを目的としています。三大王権の主管下で年代順に並べ替えた通読表を使って聖書を読み進めていきます。クラスでは聖書の基本知識を確認し、それぞれの恩恵を共に共有し、自由にディスカッションをしてクリスチャンとしての意識を高めていきます。聖書初心者、クリスチャン出身者、そしてファミリー参加者などバラエティに富んだ方々の参加を歓迎します。
Who do you say I am? Uttered by Jesus Christ, this profound question has presented the age-old challenge to believers, skeptics, scholars, and rulers. In attempting to answer this question, the true Jesus goes straight to the unimpeachable source, the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We will come face to face with the Son of God, whose sublime teachings, miraculous actions, and divine essence leap off every page and into our hearts. In this book, David Limbaugh, brother of Rush Limbaugh, examines the four gospel stories to more deeply understand the unique nature of the man who was both fully human and fully divine. My class is open to those who are new Bible readers, as well as longtime believers. I am looking forward to going on this exciting journey together with you.
イエス様は本当にメシアなのでしょうか？それとも嘘つきの大工なのでしょうか？このクラスでは日本語版神か大工かを読み、イエス様に関するディスカッションを通してイエス様に対する理解を深め、キリストとの関係を築いていくことを目的としています。このクラスは二世圏青少年のためのクラスです。
Welcome to Preparedness Peace. The unique value of this course is that it focuses on our relationships with God and Christ while presenting practical strategies for basic disaster preparedness. Biblically based, you will build according to the Lord's plans and purpose within the context of the kingdom community. This course information will change your life. Join hundreds of other families who now walk in peace because they are adequately prepared. In this class, we will watch and discuss the DVD series Love and Respect by Emerson Eggerichs. We will share our joy and struggles in the blessed marriages and what is the meaning of having a marriage from God's perspective. As expressed in Ephesians 5:33, husbands need respect, wives need love. All sisters are wholeheartedly welcome.
私のクラスでは、天一国憲法の理解を基本的な理解を深めていこうと思っております。そのために、ヒョンジー様の御言葉やクッチン様の御言葉を、経典にしてまいります。そして、また、合衆国憲法、アメリカ合衆国憲法を使ってまいります。さらにもう一つの大きな目的は、このクラスを通して、天一国憲法の良さ、天一国憲法の素晴らしさを人に伝えることができるような風にしてまいりたいと思います。
God speaks to us, offering His guidance and love every day. But how often are we able to hear His voice? The purpose of this class is to encourage you to develop a deeper relationship with God, feel His presence, and learn to tune into His voice. Jesus said, "My sheep hear my voice," promising that we would hear Him clearly. In this class, we will learn the importance of developing the habit of setting aside regular time for fellowship with the Lord and to develop special sensitivity to the many ways He speaks to us. We will also experience the two-way journaling prayer by following the 4 keys to hear God's voice based on Habakkuk 2:1-2.
日本語版の神か大工かを読んでディスカッションをしながらイエス様と聖書について勉強することで自分の信仰とキリスト、メシアとの関係を見つめ直していくことが目的です。このクラスでイエス様のことを深く知れば知るほど、誠のお父様のことをより深く知ることができることでしょう。深く知ることができることでしょう。
In this class, we'll provide a primer on the Constitution of the United States of Chunilguk. We will read through the Constitution paragraph by paragraph and acquire a basic understanding of that meaning. There will be a time for discussion, but the primary emphasis will be on covering the entire document during the 12-week period.
And we are back. Welcome back to the King's Board this Tuesday, May 30th, 2017. I'm your host, Hyunjin Sean Moon, the second king of Chunilguk. We're the last day of May. Can you believe it? That means we have only less than a month, folks, before the marathon at 12,000 feet through the wilderness of the Colorado Mountain. No, you understand? It's wilderness. Do you understand? Mountain lion, bear, grizzly bear, wilderness. No bathrooms. No hotels, through the wilderness of the Rocky Mountains. This is badass trip. You understand? This ain't no joke. So we got to get our ninjas getting ready for this. All the participants from the Peace Believe People Ninja. Got to get ready because we are less than a dang month on this, baby. Let's look at, just to get inspired about it, let's look at the Fjällräven Classic of a wimpy Thailand girl. She didn't do Colorado. Okay, she did much easier. She did Sweden. But they made a wonderful video. Let's take a look at this montage. Go ahead. Get your packs down to 30 pounds. This girl did 110 kilometers. Skinny little Thailand girl. Pencil legs, look at that. And she did 110 kilometers in 5 days. But look how flat it is, it's very flat. The Colorado one is much more intense because you have to go up such high elevation. Colorado Trek is actually an advanced level trek. This is not this is intermediate. She made the best video, this girl. That pack is bigger than her. Alright, y'all ninjas, you gotta get ready. This ain't no joke. Less than a month. We start trekking through those mountains in 25 freaking days. 25 days. No joke. That make Kebnekaise, Mount Kebnekaise look like a little hilltop. All about it. I do have to admit, they did shoot the video really cool. I guess her boyfriend or whatever, her husband or something, shot the video. Look at that guy, man. He's in his 50s or something, or 60s. He's doing it. Look at that beautiful landscape. That's Sweden. Look at those epic shots, man. Very nice shots. This guy had to have a drone or something, because he got some dang good shots. Rio and Tashiro, shout out to you boys. You boys better start training, because they're gonna bring their drones. Get some cool epic shots like that.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Man, there's going to be some epic shots out of Colorado. It's going to be hell to do the marathon, but the video that we can produce is going to be phenomenal. Man, we better start training hard for this. This is not a joke. Because we can't train the last week because we have to let our body rest and be ready for it. Look at all these white people. She's the only minority. Fjällräven, I think they're a little more liberal in their political views. But who cares? They make good gear. I don't like their waterproof gear though. It's super high price and it doesn't really work so well. My $30 camo jacket from Amazon works better. So there you go, folks. 3 days in the wilderness of Colorado Rocky Mountains, one of the most treacherous treks in the entire United States of America. Actually, it is the hardest. The Rocky Mountains are the hardest. I mean, we're not going up to 14,000 feet, but It's harder than any other mountain range in the United States of America. So this is an intense trip, y'all. This ain't no joke. No joke. They make fine outdoor gear. It's a little more trendy instead of tactical, obviously, because they're not a tactical company. And Sweden is a super, commie area. This is one thing that the gun community is missing, and I was telling Christina the other day. Do we have those pictures of our show? Let's get our pictures up there. Oh man, look at them fools, man. Look at them fools. Look at these boys, man. They're looking hot.
Yeah.
Look at them boys, man. Looking dope. Peace militia, young people getting trained in proper usage and safety of firearms and and blades and samurai arts, etc. Kali Skrima. There you go. What's some other pictures we got? What are the pictures we got, y'all? Whoa, look at them ladies. Look at how deadly you girls look. Oh, Shmita, check that out, man. Wow, look at that. That's an amazing. Whoa. Zoom up on the queen, man. Dang, she looked beautiful. Isn't that dress gorgeous? Isn't that dress gorgeous? That dress is so gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Man, look at that AR. I did that paint job, by the way. Isn't that paint job fantastic? Okay, Kook Jung built that AR for me. And I didn't know the value of it when I got it. Hey, look at Shanna and Shimbok and Julia and Mary. Look, Marianne's over there. Look at her. She actually came on the other side of the camera. There's Marianne. It's Akemi-san. Good. They're all practicing proper finger discipline. Girls look really good. There you go. Hey, there you go. Look at all those ARs, man. You got the whole line, the front line. Whole first line is like all ARs. Dang, they all are. They are all ARs. And the queen is the only one with a camo AR. You see that? You see that, baby doll? See how hot she looks? Dang. Bang. Smang. Look at that. Tremendous. Hey, there you go. See that? The one I'm carrying, that looks like an AR, right? But actually, that is a 50 caliber Beowulf. And that is also a gift from the true king, who left it for the king here in the Cheonryung Palace. Look at that huge muzzle suppressor, flash suppressor. Look at that on the top tip. So people think that's an AR. That baby is a 50 caliber Beowulf. That punches through tanks. That punches through entire engine blocks of cars, okay? That can stop a car by shooting through the engine and destroying the engine. That's how powerful that is. I mean, when you compare the bullets, like the 223, 5.56, compared to the 50 caliber, oh my, it's not even a joke. It's a joke. It's like 5 times bigger. Oh gosh. So that's some firepower fit for a king. Dang. Look at that black gun on that black suit and the black tuxedo. Bam. Okay, hit some other ones. Let's see another one. Marianne, you did pretty good, girl. Taking these shots. Go ahead. Where's some other ones with the girls, man? With they're hunting. Where they're moving tactically. Oh, we don't got the. Oh, that's only 4 pictures. Hey, where's Misha at, man? She was in there too. Marianne, you purposely pulled her out. Oh, there she is. Okay, she is there. I was like, Marianne, you purposely took Misha out. Good. All right. Nice, guys. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow, that looks amazing. That looks nice with the classy suits on, doesn't that? Nice dress. Everybody's beautiful in the tuxedos and dresses. Then the girls look fantastic. Where's the one with the shot where they're holding it behind their back? Oh man, that was sweet. That was so fat. That was so sweet. All right. Anyways, folks, you get the picture. You get the picture. You get the picture. You know, one of the things we have to do, and the wonderful thing about having all these we have a lot of artistic girls who are training and unlocking their epigenetics. But one thing that is they bring this beautiful artistic. Oh my gosh, did you see this beautiful? The queen was up at 1 in the morning. Here. Go back to full screen, y'all. Go back to full screen. Look at this gorgeous picture. Asian painting, okay? Of the koi pond in the Cheonryugung Palace. I asked her to paint me a picture of that. Look how beautiful that came out. It says, God is love. 하나님은 사랑이시다. what is it? I'm sorry. 1 John, 요한 1서 4장 16절. 1 John 4:16. Look at how gorgeous that is. Look at look at our cute little koi. Look how cute they are. Look at the Asian stone lantern, my little cute lantern. Okay, and look at the reflection. Look at how well she drew the reflection in the water. You know how hard that is with Asian painting? Do you know how uncontrollable Asian painting is? It's very uncontrollable. It's a very hard medium to use because you have to adjust everything with one color. And you have to create drama, you have to create tension, you have to create suspense, you have to create different shades and transitions with one color. One ink. You have to control the ink and the water level. And if you mess it up, you screw up the whole thing. That's the sort of mystery of Asian painting. Is you only have one color. You're not painting with any. In Western painting, you got tons of colors, right? Asian painting, traditional, you got only one color. So you have to master. You have to have total dominion over that medium. Okay, and each paper reacts differently. All right, and so it's a very hard medium. I do calligraphy. I do Asian calligraphy I'm better than her at Asian calligraphy in terms of Chinese characters. But look at her with this. Look at her. Look at the Korean script. The Hangul, we call the Hangul. Look at how cute the Hangul is. You see that? It has so much differentiation, so much thickness and thinness of stroke. It's super cute. She's also transitioning the size patterns as well. Bold, italicized. And the font style is a very cute, sort of a new font that she's playing around with. It's so cute. Super, super cute. And again, another beautiful masterpiece, now representing the Cheonryul Garden. Look at how beautiful. Isn't that so cute? I love it! Love it! Bam! Dang! See, this is what the girls bring. You know see? The girls who are training, y'all are bringing some cool aesthetics to the whole tradition. You know what? I was telling Christina, you gotta bling out your gun, man. She gotta bling out her gun. Get some ARs like type in AR bling bling or like type in AR cute ARs or something. As the girls get their AR-15s, they gotta bling them out. You gotta send a new trend. You gotta bring all those trendy patterns, those cute patterns, and like paint up the AR like that. You know what I'm saying? Like in a sweet, classy, cute way. Because I've seen them in a gun community that's not there yet. You know, they're still these are country girls, and then they're awesome, but they haven't developed a cool, hip, trendy, cute, you know what I'm saying, beautiful guns that they are stylizing and bring this aesthetic element to. That's crazy. Now, okay, let's see that. Christina, she told me about this. Yeah, she said she liked that. That's somebody who's infatuated with unicorns and My Little Pony, okay? But hey, she did, to each her own, she banged that out. I wouldn't say that's the most aesthetically beautiful, okay? I don't think that looks aesthetically classy. That looks kind of, in Korea we call it yuchie, or like corny, a little corny. But again, you have some attempts at it. You know who did it beautifully? You know who did it beautifully? Car Arms did a beautiful Tiffany blue. Go to Car Arms Tiffany blue. That's a Hello Kitty one. That's kind of cute, but that, the pink, it looks so pastel-y. It looks like Pepto-Bismol. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have the artistic eye, all right? And I'm very sensitive. My eyes are very sensitive for aesthetic beauty, okay? Now that's classy. Check that first one with the box. It's in the Tiffany box. That looks beautiful. That looks aesthetically pleasing. Okay? That looks cute. Doesn't that look cute? You see how they balance out that trigger with the slide? That looks super cute. Okay, that's a cute little thing. Go back to the ARs. Okay, let's go back to the ARs. And scroll down here. But we gotta really bling these up, like really make them cute. Oh, who is that? Is that the owner of that Hello Kitty gun? She's an Asian girl. Hey, that's an Asian girl, man. She got her bikini top on and everything. She's a fit woman for what? She's in maybe 30s or 40s? No, don't click that. Go ahead. All right, and she got her, hey, if she wanted to bling that out that way, that's fine, that's fine. Look at that zebra one in the pink. What is that, a SIG? What is that, a SIG? What is that? Is that SMP? I think maybe is that a shield? I don't know on that gun. That's kind of cute. The pink and the black, that's not bad. That zebra pattern's not terrible, actually. But, they don't have a plethora. They don't have that zebra pattern wasn't bad. But with their ARs, they haven't done that yet, Nah, that kind of looks, So anyways, I told Christina, hey, you got to bling out your gun, man. Once you get your AR, bling it out. Put some diamonds on it and everything. You know what I'm saying? Get some cool bling bling on that. Make it shine. Make it sparkle. And for all those who are saying, oh, it's not tactical, just keep a little can of spray paint in your backpack then, okay? Just keep a little can of spray paint, tiny one that's very thin, in your backpack. So if in case you have to run into the woods and have to hide, just spray your dang gun black, okay? Solution, it's done, all right? You can still be tacky cute and still bling out your gun. What is that? Is that a blinged out gun? What's that white gun? What's that white one? Oh, that's like a camo. That's like an urban camo. All right, no, okay. Go ahead, keep going down. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have a plethora of this in the gun community yet. But as our girls, some of the Peace Police Militia girls come in, because we got some cool artists in there too. Man, you guys got to bling out your guns and bring it to the world stage. You know what I'm saying? Get it up to the world stage. Get it up to the world stage. Bam! That's a cute patch, Tacticute. That's a cute patch. Oh, I saw this one girl. She had an awesome patch. She had it in totally camo, right? And in the letters, it said pink. It said pink, but it was in camo pattern. And it said pink. That was dope. That was sweet, man. That was sweet. I got to make one of those patches for the queen. That's so cute. It was in camo and had green letters, but it said pink. Oh, that was sweet. See, like the Western girls, man, they can't do this. No, man. That's not tactical. That's not tacticute. All right, but what's that? Go down. And our Asian girl here. Where's our Asian girl? The AR pink. Yeah, that girl. That's the girl. This girl is bringing a whole new cute tacticute to the gun community. I mean, look at this girl, man. She's very cute. She does her little Asian cute haircuts. Look, and she's got these wimpy little Hello Kitty. I'll shoot you with my AR-15. I'll shoot you with my Hello Kitty. You know what I'm saying? She will kill you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she had a cool patch on where it had pink written on it. It was so hilariously cute. So she does a little more sexy cute stuff too. But, I mean, this girl trains. There's no question about it. This girl is definitely training. Her gear is real gear. And she's training with real military men. So I think she's probably enlisted in the Army. Well, no, she's wearing an American flag there. She's got a big American flag. But I think they're in Taiwan or something. Anyways, I don't know where they're from. But anyways, she's like the only one. She's the only one that actually is making it look cool. Yeah, I mean, she's making it, yeah, but she's got a lot of mags on. I mean, she's got like 6 mags on her chest rig. That's a little too heavy. I mean, even guys don't carry that many, I mean, look at that. She's got like 6 AR mags up on her chest rig. That's heavy. That's a lot of lead up on the top, But anyways, you get the picture. But with the queen and everything, we're developing a whole cute little, tacticute, bring it to the next level. There you go. Look at this. You got a little wimpy, little limp wrist Asian, But anyway, she's doing it. She's banging it out. All right, folks, let's get back to the news of the day.
Oh yes, the news.
The political Satanists are moving, and they're on the move. Again, we have Jared Hu inside Obama's secret outreach to Russia on Top News on Drudge. Shoving match on Texas floor. Let's go to that article on China. China charges activists from Taiwan with subverting state power. Of course, because they're totalitarians. They don't want anybody to be free, including Taiwan. They're claiming Taiwan. Look at that. They're claiming now Taiwan. As we told you, they're now starting to claim countries in the Asia Pacific Rim as they move towards the Asia Pacific Union based on China, pushed by Facebook and Zuckerberg and the EU and the globalist UN and the Satanists of the world. We told you this was happening. Bam, right there on the top news of the New York Times, China charges activists from Taiwan with subverting state power. Even though Taiwan is a sovereign, separate state, it's supposed to be. Now China's claiming that it is, and it's not quick from that to start claiming South Korea as its own. Because historically, they'll say South Korea was part of it. And now they're claiming Taiwan as being Chinese territory, as they always have. Although Taiwan is officially recognized by the United States as a sovereign nation. They don't care about that. They only care about their hegemony. And there it is, bam, right there. Tom News, just as we told you. Asians, we told you about this. We told you a year in advance. They're starting to claim your countries as theirs. This could have all been stopped if the Han Mother didn't go into narcissism and selfishness and into money grabbing and own self-worship. Now the curse is over Asia, and look at what's happening. Boom. As we told you, China now charging activists. Of course, that's, when they charge you with subverting state power, guess what the punishment for that is? Execution. You understand? Death. Right there, top news on New York Times. You have it right there. Taipei, Taiwan, Li Ming-che, a human rights advocate from Taiwan who was detained in China in March, has been formally arrested on a charge of subverting state power the Chinese government has announced. Amid a continuing crackdown on civil society organizations, Hong Kong is quick in line. His arrest announced on Friday marks the first time that Chinese authorities have charged someone from Taiwan with subversion, because now what they're doing through this law is saying that Taiwan is a part of China. That's the hidden text here. They're not able to do that. How can you charge somebody else from a different nation with subversion? They're saying they have sovereignty over Taiwan, which is formally recognized by the UN and the United States of America. Not by the UN?
The UN doesn't recognize Taiwan, no.
I'm sorry, because they're a globalist organization. But the U.S. does. Trump talked to the Taiwanese president.
Yes. The U.S. sells arms to Taiwan, yes.
Look at that. China now saying, no, we own you, we own your people, we own your land, you are all part of China. Because China can't stay together unless it is conquering. We've talked about it a million times. Many people in Taiwan fear it will not be the last. Of course it won't. And has added a new strain to the tension between Beijing and Taipei. China's ruling Communist Party has never administered Taiwan, but claims it as Chinese territory to be annexed by force if necessary. The nationalists who once dominated China fled to the island after losing to the communists in a civil war in 1949. Today, more residents of Taiwan identify themselves as Taiwanese than Chinese, and few support unification with China. Of course. The rift between the two sides has widened since last year when Tsai Ing-wen was elected president of Taiwan. The Democratic Progressive Party, led by Ms. Tsai, has historically favored formal independence from China. Beijing broke off official communication with Taiwan after Ms. Tsai, in her inauguration speech, declined to yield to Chinese demands that she endorse a political formula that holds that Taiwan is part of one China that includes both mainland China and Taiwan. Mr. Li was detained on March 19th after crossing the mainland from Macau, a former Portuguese colony that has limited autonomy from Beijing. Since then, he has been held incommunicado, denied family visits and access to lawyers, of course, because that's the freedom of China and the progressiveness of China. and how Mark Zuckerberg is trying to ally with them, how liberal lunatic left calls himself progressive and allying with the most regressive systems of government in the universe. In the announcement of Mr. Lee's arrest in Fengshan, a spokesman for China's Taiwan Affairs Office said Mr. Lee visited China frequently over the past 5 years and colluded with relevant individuals in the mainland, laying down an operational program establishing an illegal organization and planning and implementation activities to subvert state power. They say that about everything. They say that about everybody. They say that about everybody that does not worship the political communist Satanists. They say that about everybody whose organs are being harvested. Oh, you were just colluding and with relevant individuals and laying down operational programs, establishing illegal organization and planning and implementing activities to subvert state power. They say that about every organ harvested individual. They are a pathetic Satanist group of totalitarians, and they are the red horse of the horsemen. The killers and murderers, and the warmongers. They are the evil political elite Asians that are ruling over poor, impoverished, famished Asians. 1.6 billion. Demons! And there they are now claiming Taiwan, of course, now charging people with subverting state power. Facebook apologizes after mistakenly banning 1989 Tiananmen Massacre profile tribute. Apparently mistakenly done. And this is Mark Zuckerberg sucking up and kissing the blue butt booties of the Chinese totalitarians. Saying, oh, what can I do to serve you, Mr. Xi Jinping, tyrant, totalitarian, who has sex clubs and pedophile clubs, raping young Chinese girls with ramen noodles, these pathetic idiots. Organ harvesting Falun Gong members because they do Tai Chi and Falun Gong meditation practice in the park. Killing evangelical Christians because they read a book called the Bible, which is an anti-state book. Anti-totalitarian, anti-tyrannical book. It is a subversive book. The gospel of Jesus Christ is subversive. It gives power to the poor people who are in Christ, to the widows, to the children. Don't need to be slaves of the tyrants. They're co-heirs with Christ and kings and queens. You see how subversive that is? Do you see how subversive the gospel is towards the territory? It's so subversive, boy. That's why they hate it. They hate that book. All the tyrants hate that book. All the Western, totalitarian Bilderberg group, globalist Davos group, Rothschild bankers, they hate the Bible. They hate it. They hate it because they're the bad villains in it. They're not the saints. It's the book which shows that they are the Satanists. And Facebook, quote, mistakenly brands the 1989 Tiananmen massacre. Oh, they don't want that because the Chinese government don't want that. And Mark Zuckerberg suckling Xi Jinping's breasts, doing his bidding, suckling his nipples.
I was just imagining that. I have to forget that. I have to unsee that image.
This pathetic little second generation young person, trendy, wannabe, fake, liberal, little mini totalitarian colluding with some of the most murderous regimes in the world so that it can increase his asset base and increase the power of the CIA, which Facebook is an open platform for data collection for. What a pathetic group of treasonous individuals. Mark Zuckerberg, that pathetic little beta male little, golly, what a pathetic little squid. Facebook has apologized for misquote mistake. Oh yes, I'm sure they've mistakenly taken down the profile pictures, trying to make people remember how totalitarian, how murderous the dictatorial regime in China is, just slaughtering poor Asian people, slaughtering dark-skinned Asians, slaughtering their own people. Hong Kong Professional Teachers Union Chief Executive Feng Ka-kung, who made the frame, told HKFP that he submitted the item for review at around 5 p.m. on Friday. He said he received a notification within 24 hours saying that his design was rejected. On the basis it fails to meet the company's terms and policy, Facebook said the frame belittles, threatens, or attacks a particular person, legal entity, nationality, or group. Yes, meaning the totalitarian group of China, which he doesn't want to attack or offend because he's colluding with to give the database, NSA database entries and access to so that China can be part of the spying grid and the global network of smart utilities to give them power literally to look into anybody's lives, cross sovereignty, cross international borders, illegally. These groups are international cartels. They are criminal cartels, breaking all international law. International law is just a farce. It's just a fake way they pretend to be good. They break all international laws. All. This is how pathetic the people are, not understanding how evil these regimes are.
Just to remind people that this is all
Unbelievable.
because the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre or incident is coming up on June 4th.
There you
In
go.
Just a few days. That's why this whole thing is coming up now.
And there you go. Here's some of the pictures where they had the tanks, the
Next
iconic
Sunday.
photo of the
Next Sunday.
individual who stood in front of those tanks.
And we don't know what happened to that man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He mysteriously disappeared.
And
Didn't
we
he?
don't think anything good happened to him. Yes.
Such tyrants, boy. They're into torture, disembowelment. I mean, raping women who are captured.
And today in
Falun Gong members,
today
organs
in
and
China,
harvesting.
any mention of this incident is forbidden.
Unbelievable.
So it makes sense that if Zuckerberg is trying to suck up to the Chinese, that he would ban. He would have
What a
basically
despicable,
ban this
pathetic,
mention of this.
distasteful little pimp.
Troops with assault
disgusting-
rifles and tanks killed at least several hundred demonstrators.
Golly. So despicable. Zuckerberg is
And,
such a little pathetic pimp.
Number of civilian deaths has been estimated at anywhere from hundreds to thousands. This all happened June 4th, 1989.
There you go, folks. In other news, Dallas News reports, I'll put a bullet in your head. Fistfight nearly erupts on final day of contentious legislative session. Austin, a shoving match and a war of words nearly turned into a fistfight on the Texas House floor Monday, the final day of a bitterly contentious 140-day legislative session. The session has been very, very difficult, said Representative Cecilia Israel, Democrat of Austin. There are enough of us here who remember a time in Texas when respect and decorum ruled the day. Of course, the Democrats are the ones who are inciting the violence and inciting the insanity.
And no Democratic leader has called on the violence to stop. I mean, Berkeley riots, they didn't ask for
Yeah,
it.
they didn't ask for anybody to stop. They're not denouncing George Soros who's funding violent riots, who's funding Black Lives Matter, MoveOn.org, Open Society, which are doing open fighting riots. Yeah. They're doing open riots. They're burning things down, breaking windows. And the Democrats don't disavow it. They don't denounce it. They just laugh and they protect their violent side. Because they want them, because they're getting caught in the pedophile rings, and Trump is coming after them. Those rules flew out of the House door when a group of protesters crashed their chambers gallery. Of course, a group of protesters funded by George Soros, most likely funded as a leftist organization group, chanting opposition to the so-called sanctuary cities ban. Legislator approved a bill this year that would force local governments to enforce federal immigration laws, what opponents call a show me your papers law. There you go, folks. You can see the left is starting to push it. More and more violent riots coming up your way, especially in July 2nd. On July 2nd, they're going to be having an impeach Trump protests all around the country, and expect violence to erupt because they're allowing the psychopathic groups and elements of their criminal organization to wreak havoc, because they know if they do it in a great enough numbers, it's hard to take them down. They want a civil war. Of course, when they asked for a civil war, and the Patriots and the Trump supporters, who are all gun owners and hunters, basically, if the violent left starts fighting with force and guns, they will be destroyed quickly. And since they're so cowardly, they won't want to come to any more riots. But what will happen? They'll go underground. The psychopathic element will go underground and become like the underground, weather underground, where they're actually doing terrorist bombings like the jihadis. That's what they become. All in the name of communism and totalitarianism, all in the name of ruling over everybody with authoritarianism. Oh, how liberal and trendy and how free they are. How pathetic they are. The Democrats were enraged, a shoving match ensued, and lawmakers accused one another of making violent threats. Justin Rodriguez, San Antonio, who didn't witness the initial altercation, said he later heard Rinaldi say, "I'll put a bullet in your head," to the Democrat he alleged was menacing. There you go, folks. There you go. You can see our pathetic politicians. Pathetic politicians. Somebody calls her the threats made and witness Ramon assaulting me. Getting in those fake arguments and fights, funded, pushed, prodded on by the liberal democratic establishment, so that we actually have violence erupt. And people all forget that, hey, weren't we all lectured to during the Obama administration on how well we should behave as Americans? Wasn't the left always lecturing us that, hey, we have to be civil. We are civil society. Oh, but when they don't have it their way, civil unrest is okay. Burning down buildings, smashing windows is okay. Maxine Waters calls for more of it. She says there has to be more insurrection.
Yeah, she's in the news again today.
What is that total weirdo saying? The crinky, crusty old
she's saying that,
weirdo. What is that fool saying?
She said that Americans are weary, that tired that Democrats are not doing more to try to impeach Trump. I'm happy. I thought she was being held captive in somebody's basement someplace, but no, she's actually
Americans
alive.
are so weird. They're angry that we're not killing Trump faster.
Yeah.
Hurry up, you lazy Democrats. I'm trying to activate you guys to go out and kill him. Come on, hurry up and do it. These people are sick criminals. Absolutely pathetic. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back after the short break with more on the top news. Stay with us on the King's Report.
Car Arms, Magnum Research, and Auto Ordnance. The Car Firearms Group. With a diverse product line that blends American craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology. It's no secret why gun enthusiasts choose Car Firearms Group. From the Desert Eagle and Baby Desert Eagle made famous by Hollywood. The history of the 1911 and the Tommy gun. To the best in compact concealed carry. Car Firearms Group is not only the first name in personal defense, it's a name that has earned the respect of gun enthusiasts around the world. Concealment, innovative technology, value, accuracy, and history. Car Firearms Group. Made in the USA. Visit car.com today.
And we are back. Welcome back to the King's Report. I'm your host, Sean Moon, the second king. I'm trying to go back to the top news of the day inside Obama's secret outreach to Russia. The U.S. has been working behind the scenes for months to forge a new working relationship with Russia, even enlisting Henry Kissinger. President Barack Obama's administration has been working behind the scenes for months to forge a new working relationship with Russia. Look at this. This must have been when was this published? 2014. This was published in 2014, and this is the top news on Drudge. This is reported by Bloomberg, okay? So, reported by Bloomberg, the globalist, the liberal lunatic, 2014. What are they now saying in 2017 about Trump? That he's trying to make secret outreach to Russia. What were they reporting in 2014? Obama, secret outreach to Russia. What are they accusing Trump of doing? Secret outreach to Russia. What were they reporting Obama doing? 2014, secret outreach to Russia. Do you see how pathetic they are? Do you see how much disinformation they do? They reported it! They reported it themselves as if it's just standard procedure or SOP. Standard operating procedure. In the top news of the day, 2014, they reported it. They reported that Obama was making secret channels of communication with Vladimir Putin. Putin. Vladimir Putin. They reported it. 2014. Look at it right there. 2014. Reported at December 31st, 10:59, 25 seconds a.m. Eastern Time. Top news on DrudgeReport.com. They're putting that at top news so everybody can see it. Meanwhile, they're trying to create the narrative that Jared Kushner, with no evidence, or Trump is trying to make secret communication channels with Russia. Hello, presidents do that since Roosevelt. Obama, in 2014, they're reporting on Bloomberg News that he's making secret channels with Russia. Right there on Bloomberg News. But they know the normal person is too dumb. They know the normal person is too lazy. They know the normal person will not see the actual information. Look at it with your own eyes. Right there, written by Josh Rogan, December 31st, 2014, 10:59, 25 seconds a.m. Eastern Time. Russia, Vladimir Putin colluding with Obama. But they were not up in arms about that. They were not complaining about that. No, that was fine and dandy because Obama is a treasonous pimp who sold out this country and let radicals and protected radical Muslims and radical jihadis everywhere, letting them pour in. A total puppet of the Bilderberg and Davos groups with Hillary Rotham Clinton. Despicable political Satanist. But that's fine and dandy. No, he can make secret channels with Vladimir Putin, who they say is Trump's butt buddy. Obama can sleep in the bed with Vladimir Putin. He could have naked women, naked parties on king-size mattresses with champagne, pouring champagne all over the place. And they would say that's normal behavior. They would say, oh, they were doing a wonderful ceremonial dance in Russia. He could literally be sitting down in a ice bath naked with Vladimir Putin in the middle of winter, drinking vodka, with little ice bunny Russian bikini girls running around, and they would say that is a ceremony that he held in Russia. You see how insane this is? This is how crazy this is. They are rewriting history. They are total disinformation agents. They are total liars. They reported it, 2014. Look at the dang article yourself. Look at it. President Barack Obama's administration has been working behind the scenes. That means from not in clear view, non-transparently, hidden, secretly, for months to forge a new working relationship with Russia, despite the fact that Russian President Vladimir Putin showed little interest in repairing relations with Washington or halting its aggression in neighboring Ukraine. This month, Obama's National Security Council finished an extensive and comprehensive review of the U.S. policy towards Russia, including dozens of meetings and input from the State Department, Defense Department, and other agencies. Obama made a decision to continue to look for ways to work with Russia on a host of bilateral and international issues. Of course, after he started waging war on Russia. Oh, Russia, why don't you like us so much? We're just waging war on your borders. We're just moving military missiles and nuclear capability right up to your border. Why are you being such a bad sport about that? Why don't you like us? I mean, they are the ones listening to NATO and the Bilderberg Group, Obama and Hillary Clinton, literally trying to start World War III with Russia. Before their administration goes out, so they can blame it on Trump. Blame it on the next the administration. Then they can start World War III so they can divide and conquer. Divide the world up so they can conquer it. That's been the English hegemonic strategy for centuries. Oh, I can't read more of this. It's just it's so mentally painful. It's like reading a headache. It's like literally feeling a migraine throughout your whole body. It's so sick. It's so sick. It's so despicable. It's so deceitful. It's so dishonorable. And they don't care. They don't care. This is just part of the communist strategy. Say lies long enough and people start believing them. The more outrageous, the more people believe them. It's exactly straight out of the book of propaganda. I mean, these people are so despicable. They just lie. They just lie. Everything is a fat lie from them. They mix it in with some half-truths. So you can't tell, the normal person can't tell. I'm just lie after lie after lie after endless lie. And they do create a narrative. They do create a deceitful narrative, which they don't care is lying. All they care about is the end goal. The end justifies the means. Lie through it, get power, keep control of power, centralize power. They are one in the spirit of Satan. Oh, goodness. So pathetic. You want to mention more on that, Tim? Go ahead.
I just want to point out that the president is up and he is tweeting, and we have a new tweet from him.
Go ahead. Report on that, please.
18 minutes ago, we have a massive trade deficit with Germany, plus they pay far less than they should on NATO and military. Very bad for U.S. This will change. So the president is much more concerned about Germany than he is about Russia. And I think that's probably the way that things are going to be going now. We had the Merkel yesterday saying, hey, we got to forget about the U.S. and Britain, we got to go our own way. And now the president says, hey, you guys have got to be, if you're going to, you got this trade surplus with the U.S. and you're not paying your way on the NATO and military. So that conflict is growing. That's interesting. I think that's the way things are going to be going from now on.
Very, very interesting. There's another article that we'll find a little later about Merkel being the, quote, new world leader, or they're calling on her to be the new world leader because Trump is being such a bad little boy.
Yeah, they're saying she's the leader of the free world. Actually, she's the leader of the globalist world. But
yes, the totalitarian world. She is the leader. In Fox News Politics, Jared Kushner didn't suggest a Russian communication channel. In meeting, source says, a December meeting between Jared Kushner, President Donald Trump's son-in-law, and one of the senior advisors in the Trump administration, Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak, at Trump Tower focused on Syria. A source familiar with the matter told Fox News Monday. During the meeting, the Russians broached the idea of using a secure line between Trump administration and Russia, not Kushner. A source familiar with the matter told Fox News. That follows a recent report from the Washington Post alleging that Kushner wanted to develop a secure private line with Russia, even though Bloomberg News reported in 2014 that Obama was already doing it.
So the media is trying to keep the attention on Russia, whereas Trump is putting attention on Germany.
Trump, his international travel of course, not only skyrocketed his approval rating,
Yeah.
but he showed, look, I'm not anti-Muslim. I'll go to the Muslim world. I'll go to the center of it.
Yeah.
I'll go to the center of the Muslim world, the Saudi Arabian capital, and meet the Saudi king, who literally owns Mecca and Medina, literally, which are the most holy sites in Islam. You say I'm against Islam as a religion. I'm anti-Islamic. He goes to the Islamic world and talks to them, but he tells them at the same time. He tells them, "Hey, look, we want to work with you, but you've got to fight extremist terrorism from your people. To protect your own people, you have to do that." So he goes there, actually stands up and mans up and tells them an important message, but he does meet with them. Then he goes and meets with Israel. Then he goes to Germany and goes to the G7. They said, oh, Trump is nothing more than a bigot, and he's an isolationist and a seclusionist. Then he goes to the top level of the G7, meeting at climate change Paris, but he's voicing his opinion, but he's meeting and rubbing elbows with the top leaders of the world, showing that he's not an isolationist, that he is willing to do global politics and be the world president, really, of which the U.S. president is by default. Mm-hmm. And he's willing to change the narrative that is force-fed down everybody's throat, which is, of course, a totalitarian, globalist, centralized, political Satanist narrative.
So I guess if Trump is the president of the world, then Merkel then must be the leader of the opposition party.
That's right.
The
That's right.
party.
She's leader of the International Communist Party. I like it, Tim. That's it right there. Tim always with the insightful breakdowns. The idea of a permanent back channel was never discussed. According to the source, instead, only a one-off 4A call about Syria was raised in the conversation. In addition, the source told Fox News the December meeting focused on Russia's contention that the Obama administration policy on Syria was deeply flawed. Details of the meeting follow a NBC report that Kushner, who is married to Trump's daughter Ivanka, is currently under FBI scrutiny as part of the investigation into possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Kushner suggested the use of Russian diplomatic facilities as a way to shield pre-inauguration discussions with Kislyak from monitoring, according to the Post. Kislyak allegedly then relayed the suggestion to his superiors in Moscow that was based on intercepts of Russia communication that were reviewed by U.S. officials, etc., etc., etc. There you go, folks. There you go. Unbelievable as today's top news on Drudge shows that Obama was already creating secret communications with Russia in 2014. Also another top news, Tiger Woods is arrested again. $20 million night of shame. Fallen golf star set to be dumped by his sponsor following the drinking under intoxication arrest. DUI as he prepares for embarrassing dash cam footage to be released. Tiger Woods could lose his multi-million-dollar endorsement contracts. Shamed golf star earns $45.5 million each year backed by Nike and Rolex. Woods, 41, was arrested for DUI around 3 a.m. in Jupiter, Florida on Monday. Embarrassing dash cam footage of the arrest could be released on Tuesday. Sources claim that Woods was driving erratically all over the road. Officers smelled alcohol, but the golfer refused to take a breathalyzer test. Star's current girlfriend broke down in tears when she was told of the arrest. Corey Wrist, one of Tiger Woods' ex-mistresses, has spoken out following the golfer's DUI arrest on Monday. There you go. There he is again in the news as a drunk driver. The fallen golf star Tiger Woods. Very sad, very sad. He had so much talent, didn't he? And what's going on? And devastated, according to witnesses, Woods' current girlfriend, Kristen Smith, pictured above, broke down in tears at the news her partner had been arrested in Florida. There you go. According to Forbes, Woods' major backers are Nike Golf, who signed the 20-year-old future megastar in 1996. He could be losing his deals. One of Woods' ex-mistresses, Corey Wrist, said she felt sorry for the golfer after hearing about his arrest. Apparently he likes blonde-haired, blue-eyed girls. Indy Corey Wrist said that following his DUI arrest Tuesday, she feels sorry for the golfer. I saw the news. I only feel compassion for the guy. I think he's a good person, and it's kind of sad. There you go. Two men in 2006 at a nightclub went on to sleep together for about 6 months while Woods was still married to Ellen Nordegren. So very sad to see a talented athlete fall fast because of why? Bad sex.
Yes.
Bad sex. Kings and queens of Chanigo must understand this. It is the honor and the moral goodness, even though we're not perfect and we have sin, we're sinful as people before the perfection of God. It is critical that we maintain good sex marriage. You always remain vigilant against bad sex because that is the greatest temptation. For the future kings of the kingship line as well. It's a warning to all those idiots, all those bums. I can say that because I'm second king. You're my children. You understand? You must watch out about bad sex. You must watch out. You have organizations, you have people that will literally hire beautiful women to come and tempt you. Literally hire 6 foot tall, blonde hair, blue eyed women or whatever to get you. And all they need is one picture. All they need is get you in a room, and all they need to do is they strip down their clothes and have a picture of a camera in it. Don't be stupid by flesh. Don't be fooled by flesh. Don't be fooled by, what is it, the 5 senses, the 5 colors. Don't be fooled. This is how devastating it is. Look, how devastating it is. Devastating how bad sex destroys. Chanigo kings and queens must be responsible with their wealth and assets and blessings that God gives them. Responsible kings and queens. You must be responsible. You must have dignity and honor. You can have a great sex life with your wife. You can have hot, steamy, sexual adventures with your wife. But you must be very careful of the harlots that come around with the blessing and the dynasties that are created in Chanigo. You must be careful of the whores and the prostitutes that masquerade as just regular girls. You must be very careful. They will destroy your dynasty and destroy your kingdom. These kind of stories of Tiger Woods and these kind of related stories like this show how fast the mighty can fall with just one wrong, bad sexcapade. That's how dangerous it is. That's why Father warned, it is like falling into the trap of a serpent. Do not be foolish, kings of Chanigo. Your beautiful opposite sex marriage is the place of flowering and beauty and the Garden of Eden. Any other woman, her sexual organ is a snake, a serpent to destroy you. Father talk about as a serpent with a gaping mouth open to destroy you. You better watch out. That's totally different from the garden with your queen. That's true. That's beautiful. God rejoices. And what's good about that as well is that both of you can unlock your epigenetics as well. Together with your children. Live an incredible kingdom life. Helping people unlock their epigenetics and unlock your epigenetics with your children and unlock them together with your children. And of course, have beautiful intimacy and sexuality with your spouse. You better watch out. Fools like that. That's why the young people, this time on the road trip, the 20s, will go to a nightclub with a context. Obviously, they'll have a briefing about it before with their parents on this trip, which is Jamal and Lila. And then we'll get a briefing on that. And of course, after, they'll go see all the stupid stuff you see. It's just, you have to demystify it because the kids are so dazzled by it. In their little, watching rap videos or whatever. Just going there, okay, yeah, so there's a whole bunch of hot girls in miniskirts and, you know, there's bikini girls dancing and, you know, there's drugs and alcohol being strewn around the place. Okay, so what? What's so good about that? I'm not mesmerized by that. You see what I'm saying? It's got to be demystified. And then they go see it, and then they also make a reflection video about it. That's one of the things they have to do, of course, to get this, to get the accomplishment certificate. So they will do a reflection about it, and they'll go in, not side face. What is it? Punched in the face without knowing it. Sideline, getting sidelined. Getting clotheslined from the side. And just being, you know, oh, cool, there's a nightclub. You go in there and you just be dazzled by all the beautiful girls and all the hot bodies all over the place. No. You got to demystify that. A lot of them have STDs. A lot of them have genital warts. What is it? One in 4 women now in the United States have STDs, herpes. They're walking STDs. You understand? They're not mystical creatures. They're not glamorized mythical beasts that are so unattainable. They're dirty, STD-ridden sluts that are sleeping around with other boys. They're low quality girls. So you don't have to be mesmerized just because they have nice facial features and a hot body. You got to look at the quality of the girl. You see what I'm saying? So the young people will be able to demystify that, go to have a mission, be contextualized, go into the nightclub, see it, and then make a video about it, reflect about it, and realize they don't have to be a slave to that, quote, mysticization process that Hollywood and all these cultists try to make. That's what they do with the temple prostitution cults. They try to mystify them. Oh, you can go to Athens in Greece and you can have one of the goddesses that the goddess will bestow. It is a pilgrimage you must do. Hey, I gotta go. I want a goddess. They're not goddesses. They're little sluts. That's all they are. Nothing special about them. They're dirty sluts posing as goddesses. You know what's a true goddess? A woman that doesn't worship herself. You know what's a true goddess? A woman that has faithfulness to her husband and to God. You know what's a goddess? A woman that is faithful to her children and raises up the next generation, empowers and unlocks them and unlocks their epigenetics. You know what's a goddess? A woman who is not scared of doing hard things and sacrificing, and even willing to put down her life to protect others. That's a real goddess. Because it's not a goddess that's worshiping herself. That's a superhero. That's an epic woman. Not these little slutty, STD-filled, Black Plague vagina girls. Those are not goddesses. Masquerading in bling bling and shiny lip gloss and little highlights under their eyes to make them look like they're some kind of mythical creature. Not impressed. Demystified. Under all that makeup and all that glitz and glamour, you a dirty hoe with STDs. That's all you are. And you have no power over the kings of Chaniku. None! You see what I'm saying? That is actually the most disarming thing when a beautiful woman who is hired to basically rape you, and you say, get the hell out of here, you slut. And they realize they have no power over you, they just they collapse. They collapse because most men are so pathetic and so wimpy that just a hot girl coming up and say, come here, we're gonna have a, I wanna rape you. They'll be like, me, go, I wanna go. But see, they're not around real men we're not impressed by that, and who are not mystified by that. Say, get away from me, slut. They never encounter that. So you get a woman who's like, just when she walks in the room and everybody's just mesmerized, she can get any man, usually, but then she meets that guy who's like, get away, slut. She's like, holy crap, what the hell is that? The kings of Cheongguk must not be mystified by beauty. Everybody loves to have a beautiful woman as their wife, yes. But your wife is not only physically beautiful, she's honorable and virtuous. That's called spiritual beauty. She's faithful, she's loyal, she's heroic. And it says she's willing to lay down her life for you, her husband, you, her children, you, her neighbor. She is heroic. You understand? That has beauty. Why? Because she emulates, she resembles, she mirrors the nature of God. Not slutty, STD, black plague, vagina, Satan. Black plague, penis, genital wart, cauliflower, corn cob, penis, Satan. Disgusting. That's what the girls and boys in Sanctuary gotta understand. Don't be mesmerized by just hot boys. You girls, look at quality in a man, quality. Don't just look at him just because he's like, oh, he seems a little weak. Don't worry, we can work on him. Look at the quality. Also, boys, don't just look at hot bodies. That's not the sign only. I'm not saying boys and girls shouldn't take care of themselves and look as best as they can. Hey, it's good to look good. It's good, it's fine, it's wonderful. Look as good as you can, because that's for your spouse anyway. Even though you're married, get your six-pack on. Get your hot body on, girls. Get your buttons of steel on. Nothing wrong with that. But boys, don't just look at that as the only criteria. You have to look at the virtuousness of the woman, of the girl. There are many sluts that want to get you because you're an honorable boy. Throw them out. Say, next. That's how you treat a slut. You say, next. You don't give them time of day. When they try to use their charming powers on you, their seductive powers, you say, get out of my face, next. This is old, next. See, then you have power. See, then you're sexy. You are a sexy man when you do that. We were at Loving Life one time, and I was visiting as the international president. We're there, doing the songs, doing song prayer. And this girl, she's clearly not a member, right? Beautiful girl, comes up behind me and says, "Come with me now," trying to forcefully talk to me.
Wow.
Right? Those idiots probably sent her. "Come with me now," and she's used to basically men bowing down and saying, "Oh yes, okay. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Okay, you're ordering me to come with me." She said, "Come with me now." I said, "What a dirty little slut. Dirty little slut. Why the hell would I go with some dirty old slut like that?" Well, she was young, but what a slut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is what happens always when you have power and you have position and you are positioned by God to be in position of responsibility. Always happens. You boys have to watch out as God blesses you. And as God blesses your tribal kingship lines to become dynasties. You have to be careful of black plagued genital wart vaginas. Trying to kill you. Destroy you. No, you have to chase a virtuous woman. Because she's not a black plague, STD ridden whore. You have to chase honor, virtue, as core values. This woman resembling the heart and nature of God. Heroism, heroic quality. Is this girl able to be heroic? Or does she just want to be spoiled and entitled and arrogant? No. Qualities of virtue. Is she willing to sacrifice for you? Is she willing to sacrifice for your children, She's willing to sacrifice for her country. She's willing to sacrifice for her nation, as you are. If you're a good quality man, you are ready to sacrifice for your wife. You're ready to sacrifice for your children. You're ready to sacrifice for your nation. Ready to sacrifice for God. Well, your wife has to embody those qualities too. You must look for virtue, honor. Because in there is so much beauty. And look, your spouse may be a little overweight at first, so what? You can work on that. You can always work out together. You can encourage her to work out. Don't just look at what you see now and say, oh, she can never. No. You have to look at the potential. Same with you girls. Girls got to do the same thing. You got to look at the boy and say, okay, he may not be stimulating all my romance fantasies now, but what's his potential? He's an honorable man. He's going to love me. He's going to be faithful. He's not going to cheat on me. He's going to be true. Okay, and the other thing, okay, he doesn't have such a great sense of humor. Okay, well, we can work on that. He's not that physical. Well, we can work on that. Everybody's a work in process. You're never going to find the perfect person. Never. Never going to find the perfect person that just lights you up. So hard. Absolutely impossible. Everybody needs to improve. And through the blessing of marriage, look, if we were all perfect before we got married, God wouldn't even put us together. It's through the blessing of marriage that we grow in the Spirit of God. We grow in maturity. So don't expect to find some perfect guy, and don't expect to find some perfect girl. You have to see, number one, most important, is the virtue and honor of that person. Is that person virtuous, honors? Is that person epic and legendary and heroic? You have to look through the visage. Look through what you see now. See the nature of that person. Look at their families. Are they virtuous families? Do they love God? Are they standing for Cheonggyu? You have to look at their families because that shows you many times what values that boy or girl will have. Look at their friends. What kind of friends are they? Are they only with only secular friends, which is a bad sign? Why? Because men who go to church on a weekly basis, the divorce rate goes from 50%, half and half. Half of marriages break in divorce, right? For men who don't go to church. Men who go to church, it's 80% retention. So it jumps to only 1 in 5 men then go to divorce. So you want a man who is honorable and loyal, not only to God, but to you, to your family. You don't want a man who just gets you pregnant and leaves your booty behind. You see? So you have to see if that man has the quality people around him. His family, his friends. Don't be mesmerized by wealth and Mercedes-Benz. No. He'll trash you. He's not honorable family, not honorable friends. He's got Mercedes-Benz, he's got money. He will throw you out because he can get any other girl any other day of the week. He'll steal your honor, steal your virginity. He'll have you as a trophy, and you're out. Don't be stupid. Look at virtue, not money, virtue. Not your future comfort. Look at virtue. You can build success together. You don't have to have billions of dollars in the beginning. You don't. Build it together. See virtue. See his network. See the people he hangs around. What kind of friends he has. Are they connected? Do they have a spiritual mind? Are they Christ-centered? Do they have a Christ-centered community? Is he willing to lay down his life for something greater than himself? Very important characteristics. So girls, those are things, of course, you have to look at. Boys, of course, as we talked about, virtue in a woman. Absolutely critical. Others, you have an entitled, arrogant, narcissistic, evil witch of a woman who will berate you, belittle you, and abuse you until finally you get sick of it and kick her out of the house. By that time, you have all these children, and now you screwed up your children too. Be very careful. Virtue always is an asset, isn't it, Tim?
Yes, it is.
Honor and virtue. We'll be right back after the short break. Stay with us.
In my class, we will exercise together with the focus on being good stewards of our body. We'll begin each session with the reading of Scripture and connecting it to the goal of that particular class. Centered on Christ, we will work on strengthening our body to be a healthy container for the Spirit to reside. God's children were meant to hold a loving authority over the entire created world, both physical and spiritual. This class will present basic zoology, the study of animals, both wild and domestic, and the recognition of mammal, reptile, bird, and fish species. We'll also take several Saturday outings into local forests, fishing trips, small game hunting, and field trips to area zoos, wildlife rescues, stables, and kennels. The goal is to familiarize and gain an appreciation for God's creatures and share in the heart of our true Father who loved nature. In my class, we will challenge ourselves to evangelize and win the lost to Christ. By studying the book The Way of the Master by Ray Comfort, we will equip ourselves with the spiritual tools necessary to win souls to Christ and to the three kingship providence. I hope this class will produce sanctuary evangelists who will stand in full authority as kings and queens of Chanoguk. We will have action goals every week and accountability partners who will encourage each other to pray, witness, and seed new ministries. This class is for those who have a burden for the lost and a burning desire to share the faith.
このクラスは聖書を通読することで霊的に神様と誠のお父様に出会うことを目的としています。三大王権の主管下で年代順に並べ替えた通読表を使って聖書を読み進めていきます。クラスでは聖書の基本知識を確認し、それぞれの恩恵を共に共有し、自由にディスカッションをしてクリスチャンとしての意識を高めていきます。聖書初心者、クリスチャン出身者、そしてファミリー参加者などバラエティに富んだ方々の参加を歓迎します。
Who do you say I am? Uttered by Jesus Christ, this profound question has presented the age-old challenge to believers, skeptics, scholars, and rulers. In attempting to answer this question, the true Jesus goes straight to the unimpeachable source, the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. We will come face to face with the Son of God, whose sublime teachings, miraculous actions, and divine essence leap off every page and into our hearts. In this book, David Limbaugh, brother of Rush Limbaugh, examines the four gospel stories to more deeply understand the unique nature of the man who was both fully human and fully divine. My class is open to those who are new Bible readers, as well as longtime believers. I am looking forward to going on this exciting journey together with you.
イエス様は本当にメシアなのでしょうか？それとも嘘つきの大工なのでしょうか？このクラスでは日本語版神か大工かを読み、イエス様に関するディスカッションを通してイエス様に対する理解を深め、キリストとの関係を築いていくことを目的としています。このクラスは二世圏青少年のためのクラスです。
Welcome to Preparedness Peace. The unique value of this course is that it focuses on our relationships with God and Christ while presenting practical strategies for basic disaster preparedness. Biblically based, you will build according to the Lord's plans and purpose within the context of the kingdom community. This course information will change your life. Join hundreds of other families who now walk in peace because they are adequately prepared. In this class, we will watch and discuss the DVD series Love and Respect by Emerson Eggerichs. We will share our joy and struggles in the blessed marriages and what is the meaning of having a marriage from God's perspective. As expressed in Ephesians 5:33, husbands need respect, wives need love. All sisters are wholeheartedly welcome.
私のクラスでは、 天一国憲法の理解を基本的な理解を深めていこうと思っております。そのために、ヒョンジン様の御言葉やクッチン様の御言葉を、経典にしてまいります。そして、また、合衆国憲法、アメリカ合衆国憲法を使ってまいります。さらにもう一つの大きな目的は、このクラスを通して、天一国憲法の良さ、天一国憲法の素晴らしさを人に伝えることができるような風にしてまいりたいと思います。
God speaks to us, offering His guidance and love every day. But how often are we able to hear His voice? The purpose of this class is to encourage you to develop a deeper relationship with God, feel His presence, and learn to tune into His voice. Jesus said, "My sheep hear my voice," promising that we would hear Him clearly. In this class, we will learn the importance of developing the habit of setting aside regular time for fellowship with the Lord and to develop special sensitivity to the many ways He speaks to us. We will also experience the two-way journaling prayer by following the 4 keys to hear God's voice based on Habakkuk 2:1-2.
日本語版の神か大かを読んでディスカッションをしながらイエス様と聖書について勉強することで自分の信仰とキリスト、メシアとの関係を見つめ直していくことが目的です。このクラスでイエス様のことを深く知れば知るほど誠のお父様のことをより深く知ることができることでしょう。深く知ることができることでしょう。
In this class, we'll provide a primer on the Constitution of the United States of Chunilguk. We will read through the Constitution paragraph by paragraph and acquire a basic understanding of that meaning. There will be a time for discussion, but the primary emphasis will be on covering the entire document during the 12-week period.
And we are back. Welcome back to the King's Report this morning, May 30th, 2017, with only 26 days remaining till the death march through Colorado mountains.
Don't call it that.
I'm already feeling it, Tim. I'm already feeling it. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling the pain. Woo-wee. Love that pain, baby. Love the pain. Pain is weakness. Push out the body. Pain is good. Pain feels good, baby. Let's do it. Bam. Let's go. Let's go. Hit that marathon now. With a little bit of training, please. And lots of water. Okay. We were talking about the queen. We got to get her after she's now training the sword arts, training the knife arts, training the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, empty hand arts, deadly arts, strangulation arts, arm dislocation and breaking legs arts, all those kind of things. And then, of course, starting the AR-15, what is it? AR-15, the gun arts as well, the firearm arts. And we got to get her motorcycling. You know what we're talking about? A motorcycle, cool, like motorcycle vest. That's like our Peace Police, Peace Militia vest. So Lowe's said he's going to make one. He's going to make one embroidered, and we'll check it out. But he's got like this leather vest with and then he's going to embroider the Peace Police, Peace Militia logo on it. And say like, I don't know, it may have some kind of slogan or something. But you can do that. I was like, oh man, we should have that for our bike gang. It's a holy bike gang. We don't do nothing bad. We just enjoy the riding. Like Rex Tillerson is in the news, right? Riding with the bikers here.
With the Rolling Thunder.
Get that picture, guys. Rex Tillerson with the Rolling Thunders. He's riding a bike with the veterans on Memorial Day. Mm-hmm. Our Secretary of Defense. I'm sorry.
State.
Rex Tillerson biking around with the veterans. Fantastic, awesome. There's the veterans community, a lot of them are into biking. Mm-hmm. But, you know, the women who are into biking, they're not like beautiful, you know what I mean? They're not like, all the women I see in the biking, they're just like, they're older, like in their 50s and 60s. The young girls are just scared of doing it. And so the queen, she's beautiful, she's fit, she's training in all the deadly arts. There's Rex Tillerson. She would look amazing on a bike. And you know what? It's not only if you can ride a bicycle, you can ride a motorcycle. It's not hard. Of course, you got to be safe. You got to be, but you're not trying to go for speed. People who are riders, they're just riding for the pleasure of that experience. There's Rex Tillerson with the veterans. Look at that. And how wonderful is that? Isn't that wonderful? Going to meet all those veterans out there on Memorial Day, biking. You know, that is cool, man. That's sweet. That's awesome.
He refused to host a Ramadan reception, but he did this instead.
He didn't go to a Ramadan reception. He went to it. Fantastic, y'all. Fantastic. Fantastic. And there is the Secretary of State. There he is. Now, some of the dads and moms get their young girls into it, and so then you have, younger people doing it and biking. But, I mean, people don't understand how amazing riding a bike is. I motorcycled with Kook Jin Hyung and Hyun Jin Hyung. How old was I then? When was that? And that was after Young Jung passed. We motorcycled from San Diego to Seattle, all the way back down to Las Vegas, where we met up with Father in Las Vegas. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I can't believe I did that. For me, it was crazy because all I did was follow them. They're going, so I just followed them. I didn't have to plan the trip. I didn't have to do the route. I just followed them. But some of those times, wow, I can't believe I did that. That was amazing. If they weren't pushing me, I would have never done that. But they love biking, and Kook Jung, of course, loves biking, but he hasn't been able to bike so much. He's been so busy. But of course, I like biking, but I don't only want to go with guys. I want to go with the queen. And of course, I can have her ride with me, but I want her to experience the funness and the joy of actually driving yourself, having that dominion yourself. Of course, in a safe way. We don't have to go fast or anything, And that would be awesome. You would see her with her cute little pink and white cherry blossom Kydex holster. Maybe with a cute black AR-15 with golden painted sakuras on it. I'm not talking about the cheesy Hello Kitty sakura. I'm talking about the traditional Asian gold leaf sakuras, which are done by actual gold. Not saying that I'm going to do it with actual gold. I'm saying the pattern of the traditional beautiful patterns that are on the family crests with the sakuras, those beautiful ones. I'm not talking about no cheesy little Hello Kitty ones that we saw in some of those AR-15 things. But those little sakuras intermittently, spaced on a beautiful black AR-15, woo-wee, that would look amazing. And then she could have her cute little samurai swords on her too. Like these beautiful CRKT. I'm really enjoying these because they're made in a technical way, but they're also samurai design. These the Obake blade series, very cute, very cute. I've shown it a million times, but you guys have seen that. And of course, I have a little bit bigger one that I can carry as well. And that one's interesting too because that one carries. It doesn't go on your belt. It actually tucks into your pant. Like an actual tanto or wakizashi that you do or that you tuck into your obi. So it's an interesting design that he actually designed it. So it's a carryable samurai style design inspired sword or blade under 4 inches, which you can carry normally. And you actually have to tuck it in and you have to be aware of it as like a little samurai sword. So you actually can practice basically your sword art as you're walking around. Because I can feel it. I can see it. I can feel it tucked into my belt, like an obi, my obi. You know what I mean? So that's a very interesting way to practice the art of the sword as well, while you're just carrying your, katana-inspired tactical blades. Okay, but that'd be pretty sweet. Biking with the queen. Let's go for a bike ride. Have a cute lunch in the woods or whatever. On the top of the mountain, maybe on top of the mountain. She would biking with her cute,
remember that episode
cute little sunglasses.
Remember this episode I told you?
Which
she
one?
did not want to go to bike riding with her husband.
Oh yeah, the sister who wanted to, and she said, "What would the queen do? she would go with her husband, and then that sister went on a bike ride with her husband. And he was so happy. He was like, praise God, I love the three kingships. The second king, I love him. Oh, Lord. You know what happened? I heard the other day. What's it? What's it? Dorit Smith, our beautiful sister here. Sweetest sister. She, of course, in charge of family, education. She does for the matching.
She does a lot of
She
blessing.
did an amazing testimony. She told the Queen, her husband was doing some work on a boat or something, and she really didn't want to go. She wanted to go play with the girls and go shopping or whatever. But she said, no, I heard the second king's sermons, and I want to support my husband. So guess what? She went to the boat with him. And she didn't go there. She went there and she was just helping him fix this boat. And she wasn't doing anything other than handing him tools. But she said Denton was like melted. He was so happy and thankful. And my gosh, because he wants to actually be with her. And men spend together shoulder to shoulder, not face to face. Women go to coffee shops because they sit face to face. Oh, honey, how you doing? Oh my gosh, that necklace is so cute. That shirt is so cute on you. Oh my gosh, that little jacket. They do this. They encourage each other face to face, whereas men encourage each other shoulder to shoulder. We don't look at each other and say, hey Tim, that's such a wonderful, that tie looks super cute on you, and that jacket that matches your eyes. And they don't do that.
We don't do that.
They don't do that. Men spend shoulder to shoulder time. So when their wife actually spends shoulder to shoulder time with them, and just goes with them, for example, if your husband is on the computer, you bring your computer next to him and just sit next to him, and you can do your stuff too, but just be shoulder to shoulder with him and just be there with him. Then he'll feel like, oh my gosh, look, we're spending such quality time together. Then he's so much more willing to do face-to-face time with you. You see that? Then he wants to go to coffee shop all of a sudden. Now all of a sudden, he's the sweetest thing in the world. And Denton he's a New Zealand. He's a New Zealander. He's a New Zealander. Crocodile Dundee. Hey. Whenever you say he's Australian, he says, oh my God, crikey, crikey, oh, crikey, crikey. We're New Zealand. I say, shut up. I say, okay, I got it. But Doris said he was the sweetest. He was so happy. He brought him to tears. That she actually wanted to come with him to the boat and give him tools. Why? Because men spend time together shoulder to shoulder. That's how they feel affection and love. Just like women, when they spend face-to-face time, they feel affection and love. That's why I want to teach all my ninjas the way of tea ceremony. Because the way of tea ceremony is interesting. Japanese tea ceremony, you don't spend time face-to-face. Because the samurai were included in it, So you're not actually gazing, you're not looking at each other.
Right.
But Korean tea ceremony, you actually face the person. You face them. You face and also Chinese tea ceremony as well, you face their person. So I actually want to teach all these ninjas also tea ceremony, which is one of the samurai arts, one of the fighting arts, connected to, because it's a medicinal art, which is connected to fighting, because when you fight, you get hurt, you get injured, and your students get hurt and injured, so you have to heal them. Many times, teas and decoctions were made to heal. That's Chinese medicine, is decoction. They're basically double infused tea, okay? But anyways, people just don't have any knowledge. That's why they don't know these things, okay? But I want to teach them tea ceremony, so they actually have a great ceremony to do with their spouse. I've had so much one-on-one time with the Queen by inviting her to tea ceremony. And it's very wonderful, and the girls like that because it's something special. It's also ceremony, it's really beautiful, but also it's for them, and they get to spend that one-on-one time. So I have tea ceremony with her all the time. I come over here, drink tea, and I also give her vitamins, give her medicinals that she does. She does not take care of the medicine stuff. I am the doctor in the house. You know what I'm saying? And so, but it's such a wonderful time to spend face-to-face time, to learn this tea ceremony. You can spend face-to-face time with your wife and share the beauty of the medicinal value of that tea together with her. So I'm training my boys too in the tea ceremony arts too, because they need to do that with their wives. At the same time, then the wife is more willing to do things with you shoulder to shoulder. And riding a bike shoulder to shoulder is like that too, right? I could have her behind me just holding on to me and just being like a helpless woman But I'm a king of Cheon Yu Gung. I want my queen to be empowered. Okay? I don't want to just be helpless. I want to be empowered and helpful and strong and to be able to defend herself and to destroy evil. That makes sense?
It does.
And also, if she also knows how to drive, well, then we can take 2 of our children instead of 1. Oh no, none, right? Because then she would already. So we can take 1 child. Hey, maybe we can do that as their day. We can go on a motorbike ride together and then have a nice meal together. Dang! Oh man, the Holy Ghost is getting me some inspiration today. Even though we don't got no motorcycles, even though she don't know how to drive a motorcycle, even though the kids don't know about this yet.
I think that's, everybody else does.
Okay. Anyways, getting back to the news.
Yes, we're running out of time.
President Trump's election and political cacophony that followed are driving waves of people to yoga and meditation. Look at this. Seeking a respite from roller coaster ride, but also trying to recharge and rebuild energy for a political pushback. See that? Look, even the lunatic left, they're going to spirituality and religion. Because their secularism and postmodern philosophy does not give it to them. This is giving energy. Now, of course, the yoga and meditative arts, especially taught in the West, are completely relativist. Which is crazy because they're going there to practice relativism, but then they're going to fight Trump. So they're actually breaking the principles of their relativism and breaking the principles of yoga and meditation, which is to detach yourself from the world and yoke to the divine. But of course, they're now influenced by Christian social movements, which also social Buddhism in the West also has been influenced. My professor of world religions at Harvard had to admit that social Buddhism that you see in the West doesn't exist in other countries because the West is built on Protestant Christian social movements. And so Buddhism simply got that influence and they then become a social Buddhism movement. But it doesn't happen in the other Buddhist countries until, the Western Buddhism did it. But they followed the tradition of the Protestant social movements. Go ahead, Tim.
I just wanted to read the president's second tweet of the day.
Okay, go ahead.
Continuing the theme that it's not Russia that we need to worry about, but Germany. He tweets, Russian officials must be laughing at the U.S. and how a lame excuse for why the Dems lost the election has taken over the fake news.
Lame excuse of Dems never end. Never end. Look at this. Look at these liberals. Liberals see yoga as a place to reflect and recharge batteries for the political fights outside. You see that? That's where they can feel that they're like powerful warriors. Look, I do the warrior pose. Ooh, I'm so powerful. It's in your freaking deluded mind, you dumb nitwit. You ain't powerful. You're a totalitarian, authoritarian control freak. And that's where they get to wear their little tight tights and, ooh, I pretend I'm strong. I'm in my warrior pose. How powerful do I look? Yay! They're so pit up and they're so pathetic. They're so weak and pathetic. Oh gosh, it's so stupid. If they're around real women, they're dwarfed. They just do get dwarfed in patheticism that it becomes exposed. But you can see there they are. They have to fight against the evil Donald Trump. And, I've got to do my warrior pose. Yes, I have to channel my energy and channel the divine energy and all the energy of the mountains and the air and the fire all around me. And I have to be in my Ashtanga poses so I can stand and harness my inner warrior energy so I can fight against Donald Trump, even though he demolishes me, because I want to be a totalitarian. I want to create a big state to control people and tax poor people so I can steal their money and say it's feminist and say it's empowering women and say it. And while I'm, funding, Linda Sarsour and open Sharia law, George Soros supporting demons. You ain't no empower women. You're wimps. You're pathetic wimps who want to be delusional in your little meditative world about how powerful you are. You're changing the world with your energy. Oh, yes, I'm so powerful. What a pathetic idiot. Trying to pretend like you're peaceful. Meanwhile, you're the most violent misandrist and demons in the world. Violent. You have no problem having a centralized state which uses violence to kill alpha males and kill people who don't agree with your values and kill and imprison people with guns and take away their guns. You are violent. Pretending in your poses, I'm so peaceful. I have an inner warrior strength. I support a totalitarian state that will use violence to steal all your guns and all your power so I can be worshipped in my goddesshood. All these fake goddesses, they're all totalitarian demons. You're not real. You're fake. You're moral posturing, virtue signaling little actress, fake little pathetic sluts to power. Sluts to totalitarian, sluts to authoritarian. You get off on controlling people. You get off on limiting people's freedom. You get off on seeing strong men become weak. You get off on seeing strong women become pathetic. You get off on killing humanity. After you've aborted every single one of your children that you've gotten, have with your illicit sexual partners of 50 partners or more, 5 or more generally. You're not empowering. You're not a goddess. You are a pathetic, weak, fearful, scared little slut to power. And some of you are actual sluts. You're pathetic. You will never build civilization. That's why you have to go to your little delusional fantasy land of video games, spiritual video games called yoga, so you can imagine yourself in this beautiful, pristine place as a goddess warrior with light illuminating. This is freaking delusional. I've done the visualization meditation. It's all delusional. It's creating false realities in your mind. You are not emanating with light. You are self-absorbed and you are completely narcissistic. Light doesn't emanate from you. You are full of sin. All you have is decrepit selfishness in your body and your mind. What gives you light is Christ. It gives you light is God, not you. When you die away and you disappear, then God shines through you. That's what gives you light and makes you honorable, virtuous, sacrificial person. Not a self-absorbed, self-obsessed, self-worshipping, little fearful, waiting in trepidation little narcissist. Walking on eggshells around everybody. Everybody has to walk around eggshells around you because you may be offended. Because you really have no confidence and you have no sense of virtue or strength. And you have to be offended at every level. Oh my gosh, there's a hair on my dish. I'm so offended. Oh my gosh, how dare he wear that? I'm so offended. The police should do something about that. Oh, you're so compassionate, yeah. Oh, the police, I can't believe that person dares want to be armed. They should get rid of those kind of people. They should put them in concentration camps. They should get rid of them. They're so crazy. You're the one who wants to limit human freedom. You're the one who wants to centralize state power. You're the one who wants to centralize violence to use against your people who don't agree with you. You're the freaking authoritarianism. Oh my gosh, Stefan Molyneux demolished this little yoga practicing little freak girl who called her, thought she was so deep and so spiritual, and she's just used to lecturing people about spirituality. And Stefan Molyneux said, you are incoherent, you are philosophically weak, and you are used to just lecturing people and have them praise and worship you for being spiritual and weak, talking about, conjoining different metaphors together in this little Gaia universe that you've created, and delusional universe you've created. But you said, I'm not impressed. And if this is gonna be a conversation, we're gonna have a dialogue. Otherwise, I'm gonna hang up on you. And then she also actually stepped back. She says, "Oh, I was never told that before." Okay. He's like, "Yeah, you've been speaking now for 30 minutes, and you're supposed to ask me a question. Whenever I ask you a question about your beliefs, or I ask a question about what you actually think, you go off on these metaphors and allegories about flowers and about the universes and about creating this ecosystem of new age Gaia collage of paint and mastery and of inner peace and harmony." He's like, "You're just stringing together prepositions and stringing together vocabulary. You're making no sense and you have no logical proposition to give me. So this is not a conversation. You're just used to talking yourself speak poetically and thinking that it's poetic when it's not even, and thinking that it's logic when it's not even logical." He just destroyed her. Oh my God, it was so funny. It was so hilarious. I mean, that is a beautiful way to destroy these yoga practitioners who are totally into their delusional world of just feel good, trying to feel good, non-judgmentalism. You idiots. You're supposed to be able. You're judging Trump, you dummies. You're practicing non-judgmentalism, and now you're judging Trump. You judgmental, racist, bigot yoga practitioners. You're so uncompassionate. Oh, how pathetic these idiots are. Oh my goodness, so pathetic. Motorist waste 29 hours every year using sat-nav. Study finds. Skip this break, guys. We only have 5 more minutes. AP reports South African lion whisperer gets up close with big cats. There he is. Don't do this at home, folks. Do not do this at home. One day he's going to be eaten by those cats.
Yeah, I hope we don't have a
It
different
always
article
happens.
on
These
tomorrow.
bear whisperers, these lion whisperers, they kind of forget these are dangerous predatory animals. And they go there like in this mysticism world that they, I'm the one with the special language with the animals. And I can go without weapons. And I can, and then they get eaten. They get eaten up. Well, you idiot, you're testing your freaking faith. You are testing the limits of fate. Not saying that fate actually exists and you're predestined to do things. Oh my goodness, William Lane Craig. Do you know the difference between fatalism and determinism?
No, I don't.
Do you guys know the difference between fatalism and determinism philosophically? It's very interesting, isn't it? We were talking about this. There was a caller that was asking William Lane Craig, if God knows what we're going to decide, and we decide to do that thing, then of course we don't have free will. But there's this whole argument. Okay, then we don't have free will. We really don't have free will if we're predestined to do things. We don't have free will. And then he started bringing up the William Lane Craig's infallible barometer example, and that is, let's say there's a barometer that's infallible. It never gets it wrong. It's never wrong. It never is wrong. Okay, and he said, look, the questioner was saying, if we have free will, but God already has determined what decision we'll make, isn't that already fatalistic? Meaning that we don't have, it's theologically fatalism, meaning that we don't have the ability to decide. It's fatal. Our free will is fatal.
It's fated, I guess.
Fated.
Yeah. Fatal means it kills us.
Fatal and fated. Yes. It's the death of free will, and it's fated. Mm-hmm. And then William Lane said, no. See, with the infallible barometer example, you've destroyed fatalism. Because the barometer, look at this, it's interesting. The infallible barometer does not cause the weather. Mm-hmm. You see that? The infallible barometer that is always can predict the weather infallibly does not cause the weather to be such. It just knows that the weather will be as such. It doesn't cause the weather to be as such. In the same way, just because God has foreknowledge, meaning that he knows what decisions you'll make, doesn't mean he causes those decisions to be made. Mm-hmm. Isn't that deep? Can you guys understand it? You can wrap your mind around it. Just because he knows what decision you'll make doesn't mean he causes that decision to be made. One example he gave. I know my wife so well. If I give her a plate of earthworms, and a plate of miso ramen, I can guarantee, infallibly, guarantee that she will choose the ramen noodles, miso ramen, which she loves. She will choose the miso ramen. And let's say that she didn't get any high glycemic carbs or insulin spikes and gain no weight by the lamens. Okay, let's say. Okay, so all things said equal, she will choose miso ramen over earthworms. Mm-hmm. Now, I will be infallible in determining that. I mean, in predicting that. I know it. I know her so well that she will choose miso ramen over earthworms. But let's make it even like Bear Grylls grub. Remember that grub that he bit into and blasted open? Remember that? A plate of grubs. Raw grubs with juicy green intestines and slimy little guts that you have to drink, slurp up. Or miso ramen noodles. Woo, with maybe a little sushi around it. Ooh, man, she's gonna be dying for that. I know she will choose a miso ramen, but I did not cause her to choose misolamin. Do you understand?
Yes.
I know her so well, at least well enough to know that she will choose the miso ramen with sushi on the side, and the soy sauce with the wasabi, and the pickled ginger. Oh man, this is getting hungry now.
Yes, I'm getting it. Let's go have breakfast.
No, I'm intermittently fasting. You see, I did not cause her to make that choice, but I know her to make that choice. And I am right that she will make that choice, and I know she will do it. Queen, am I right or wrong? She's not hearing. She's 30 minutes behind me, 30 seconds behind me. Okay. She's not hearing this whole thing yet. Do you see that? So the infallible barometer does not cause the weather, which it predicts. It is infallible. It knows what the weather will be, but does not predict, does not cause it. So that is the destruction of fatalism. Okay? Determinism is the idea that the universe is constructed as such, the laws and constants of the universe are constructed as such that we must decide in certain ways. That's determinism. An external environment is determining our choices. Does that make sense? And of course, that's another argument against free will. Okay? But that is different from fatalism, which says that since God allows free will, but he knows what you're going to do, he has foreknowledge supposedly, he has foreknowledge, then he caused what you did. That's not true. That destroys fatalism.
Destroys free will.
Destroys free, the fatalism destroys free will. That, the fact that knowing something doesn't cause it, that destroys fatalism.
I see.
Okay? That destroys fatalism. But that's separate from determinism, which says that something in the external universe is forcing me to make these choices. Okay? Which is, of course, theologically inconsistent as well. Okay? Anyways, the point is, they're different things. Different things. But don't test fate. Playing around with lions and tigers and bears. There's a reason why they're bigger than you, they have larger claws and teeth than you, and you don't play with them. Because one day, you may meet a lion that sees you as sushi.
Yes.
Okay? He's going to say, that's the wasabi and soy sauce. Okay, San Jose man 82 tackles a woman who allegedly attacked his wife. Wow. Allegedly attacked his wife. Where is he? There's a man. There is a man. Youssef 82 defended his wife from an attacking burglar and held the suspect till we arrived. Wow, 82-year-old man. There he is. Judging from Youssef, he must be from the Muslim world. South Korea says conducted joint drills with US B-1B strategic bombers as escalation in the East Asia is rising. Trump huddling with aides looks to get past side issues. Pennsylvania trader Republican pushing ban on private gun sales. What a pathetic pimp, political pimp. Joanne Walsh, Angela Merkel is leader of the free world. Trump has abdicated. So pathetic. Angela Merkel, leader of the free world. What a pathetic Satanist she is. Memorial Day, Donald Trump, political Satanist she is. Donald Trump honors fallen soldiers at Arlington National Cemetery. CNN's W. Kamau Bell says Islam is part of America's founding. Boy, these people, they just are so pathetic. Historian John Heiser on why soldiers of Gettysburg came back again and again. Silicon Valley elites continue to push for universal basic income. Leading Muslim group calls for Ramadan jihad alongside Trump Farage mini headshots. Saying the world's best jihad is a world of justice in front of oppressive ruler. Yeah, as if Trump and Nigel Farage, who want to give sovereignty and freedom to people and don't want them to be ruled by tyrants and totalitarians who want to take away all guns and all your sovereignty, all your property rights and put you under unelected bureaucratic EU and UN law. Yeah, they're the oppressors. Give me a break. Brain dead stupid girls. This is how stupid girls are. Teens promote Planned Parenthood with dresses made of condoms and stickers. You are promoting free sex culture, slut culture. You're promoting opening your sexual vagina private parts to all these despicable, disgusting, STD-ridden men, thinking putting a little piece of rubber around their penis will protect you, even though you'll get genital warts and be itchy the rest days of your life. And you'll probably get more than that because since you're so lax and irresponsible with sex, you know one of those boys will take it off because it's more pleasurable without it. And then you're screwed, literally, with a disease you can never get rid of. So stupid. Trying to propagandize this, trying to make trendy little dresses made out of condoms to propagandize to young, dumb girls. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's so pathetic propaganda. But that's how pathetic the young kids are nowadays. They can't even see through that kind of crap. Philippines, Duterte jokes he will protect soldiers who rape during martial law as he clamps down on ISIS. And literally is waging war after ISIS has murdered one of the chief policemen. He's now ordered a full onslaught wiping out of ISIS.
An unfortunate joke, though.
It's an unfortunate joke, yes it is. But and he is out there wiping them out. Are they starting to wipe them out?
Yeah.
Booker says, I'm not going to rush to impeachment. Democrat from New Jersey. Wow, look at that. One leftist lunatic who is separating from the cult just a little bit. And the traitor Pennsylvania, Jamie Santora, quote, Republican, but a total traitor, pushing a nearly identical Michael Bloomberg-funded Moms Demand Action push in Washington State bill that would bar private sales Americans have enjoyed since the Second Amendment was ratified in 1791. What a treacherous traitor. Get rid of this fool Santora. What a pathetic political pimp, prostitute. Trying to disarm and get rid of gun rights that were established in 1791. Wow. Such crazy times, folks. Those are the top stories of the day. Thank you for joining us today on this edition of the King's Report, Tuesday, May 30th, 2017. 8th year, 5th month, and 5th day by the heavenly calendar. Stay in your stand and your position. Pray for us. Pray for Trump. Pray for the world. Pray for East Asia. It's time, folks, we get on our knees and repent and pray and stand in the light of God. Not the light of our egos, not the light of our stupid yoga poses. Light of God. God. So we can remain humble, yet strong, and persevere through the end time, so that we can see thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. We'll see you tomorrow with Tim, and tomorrow on Sunday service with us, and we'll
Korean
be back
Korean
on
service.
Thursday, 5 a.m. on the King's Report. We'll see you then. Stay safe, stay blessed, get outdoors, and get into reality. God bless. Godspeed. And may his kingdom come. See you next time.
Between us, by the cross you came and broke them down. You broke them down, and there were chains around.